What is happening, you guys? And welcome to another episode of the Fins Tailgate. I am your host, El Capitan. And tonight on the tailgate party that never stops, there's an update with Deebo Samuel. There's a little bit of word as far as how Jets fans feel about what they're hearing as far as getting Deebo to them. Where does Deebo stand in all of this? It's drama. The draft is around the corner. I've got a couple of positions that have some players that might be in the third round when we're picking, might be in the fourth. We shall see. But guys, before we get going, make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Please, everyone, hit the like button. Check out all the great content we have here on the network. Tonk 7 TMI Tuesdays live at 9 with color commentary. Right after that, you can catch Open Mic with Mike on the mic. On Thursdays, you got color commentary late night. And then every other night of the week, you guys have the Fins Tailgate with me, El Capitan. And Cash App, Venmo, help support the channel. Super Chat is live. Also, our gear in the link in the description below. 15% off. Check her out. And I appreciate everybody getting in here early. What's happening? Geyser, creator of all. Daryl, what's up from Colorado? I see you. Most, what's happening? Ice Cold Kane. Andres, my boy. Jay, what's up? California. Mob Rule. That's right, guys. Hit the like button, please. Iceman. CT, what's good, my brother? God Soldier. California. Bill, what's happening, brother? John in here early. So, first, guys, before we're going, if you're watching on Facebook, Twitch, or Twitter, please come over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button on the video, go back to watch wherever you enjoy watching, but the best interaction with the fans of TFTG is in the chat on YouTube. So everybody already know. Also, if you guys aren't following me on Twitter, please do during the day. Anything I get, stuff, interaction, that's how I'd use a lot through Twitter. Also, shout out on Twitter to my guys, Regulators Podcast. They're having a giveaway right now for a signed Mercury Morris jersey. Hold on, let me pull it up for you guys. All you have to do is be on Twitter. Truth Seeker Chris in Bahamas, what's good? All you guys have to do is be on Twitter. Let me show you guys the tweet that they got. I told them I would promote it on the show tonight. Here it is. You have to follow the Regulators Pod, tag 3 friends, and retweet it. And then you guys have a chance to win this Mercury Morris signed jersey. I went ahead and did it. So if you guys are following me on Twitter, just repeat the same action and enter for a chance to win. Help these guys out. I like that. You know, it's anytime there's Dolphins community love, I try to get some love and give some love. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So let's do quick brush up on Deebo Samuel. He did a little update on his IG account, just a quick little video. He was watching himself on Sports Center, and it says on the TV, I can't tell. All pro wide receiver Deebo Samuel asked 49ers to trade, and he puts go get it, talking about himself, little 5-second video. I'll pull it up for you guys. It's on my Twitter account, but I'll show you. I had retweeted it. Just a little something. And you know, this is how it's done now, guys. It's done with a lot of social media pressure. This is 2022. I mean, it's the future is nigh, and this is how people go about putting political pressure on the team. As I told you guys weeks and weeks ago, before almost as soon as we got Mike McDaniel, the talk of Deebo coming here was happening, and then confirmed reports. Go back and check the receipts if you guys want. They were trying to get him, and it seems to me that the Niners just dicked around a little too much. But here's Deebo, what he's got to say. He's just zooming in on it, just playing. It's such a petty game, but this is how it works. It might look petty to old school Dolphins fans or old school football fans, but this type of petty action is how you make hundreds of millions of dollars. And Jacob, Montana, what's up, bro? I've always wanted to go to Montana. I love Florida. Never have lived any more south than Central Florida. I don't even really want to leave the state too much, but I've always wanted to go to Montana. Something about seeing some wild horses run. I just want to see it. You know, Truth Seeker, Truth Seeker asked, would you trade up for the best center or linebacker? There is a world where I would trade up, but I wouldn't be trying to get in the second or first round. That ain't happening. Now, if somebody drops into the third and they're in striking distance and they can do something, yeah. Or say somebody drops low in the second and we're just sitting there looking at it going, and they figure a way to take the third and next year's third, move up and, you know, grab them. I'm cool with that too. But, you know, for the most part, no. Not really. I don't think they're going to move around. And I think they're going to probably let somebody come drop into their lap. And a little bit of breaking news out of TFTG style, you know, just between us. And we'll go ahead and do the breaking news clip. This is a TFTG breaking news report. It's not really breaking news, but it's kind of breaking news for the show. I'm going to be going tomorrow. You guys can catch me on Dolphins Talk with the guys from Same Old Dolphins. Shout out to Josh and Aaron, his brother, and I'm going to be on there with those guys. So tomorrow I think they go around 8:30. I'll be on with them, and then you guys can catch me later, you know, with my show tomorrow night as well. So that'll be fun. Can't wait to chop it up with the same old Dolphins guys. It's going to be awesome. And you might see me on one of the other Dolphins talk programs later in the week as well. Just chopping it up with these guys. They're at Dolphins community. It's much love all the way around. Everybody already know. Creator for all in Cali. That's good, my brother. Yeah, dude. So on my channel, I dropped the video that Deebo Samuel's in a club in he's in Malibu right now, and there was a video earlier. He's like out to dinner in Malibu like last night, but he was in a club. I don't know if it was last night or night before in California, but they've got a sign. You know what? I'll just show it to you. And guys, you can check this video out on my channel as well. So HB in the back put it together. Let me go ahead and share the screen, and we'll play the video. It says Deebo is staying 49ers. And there's you can see him. He's like, nope. I'll start it again real quick. Look at Deebo's face. He's like, nope. Gives the kill sign, cutthroat net thingy. He's like, no way. So for all you guys that didn't get to see that, check it out. He's like, nah, nope, I'm out of Cali. Sorry, deuces. That's pretty evident. He really wants out of California. He's put a lot of pressure on them. I think the Niners would have to pay him as if he was a free agent from another team at this point. I think he's pissed. By all accounts, he wanted to be a Dolphin badly. And again, and I said this yesterday. That's right, Mob Rule, cold-blooded. I said this yesterday. He's looking at Tyreek Hill with his $30 million a year or whatever it is, and going, man, that's my job. That's my money. I should be on the Dolphins playing for Mike McDaniel, his homeboy. He's pissed. What's up, Chad? What's up, fam? So, and by all accounts, it's where he wants to go. And I don't know if I played this clip or a different clip from Jeff Darlington, but I'm gonna play it anyhow because honestly, guys, there's not so much. So let's just giddy up, quit messing around. And guys, hit that like button, please. We want to make sure to get as many people watching, and subscribe to the channel, everybody. You know what, Jay? He does want a Brinks truck, but again, and I know how Dolphin fans are, like, no, we don't want to get him. And as you can see in the title for the Jets, that's the same way the Jets are. Jets are like, oh, we can't afford this guy, or we can, but if we get him, what's going to happen? It's going to be a waste or whatever. Like, they'd rather get the 10th overall pick and get a wide receiver and let him grow slow. And I mean, they're the way the Jets fans are thinking about Deebo Samuel is how some Dolphins fans are thinking, and how Dolphins fans used to think, how bringing in an elite talent for top money is a bad thing for the team because it hurts the team, not helps it. And that is just that's not where we are no more. That's not the team we're building. We're building a team to win, not playoff games, win championships. That's it. This is done. No more fucking about. So they were all squealing. Yeah, California. It's weird. There's this desire for him, but there's this other bit of the fan base that they don't want him because they don't want to pay what it's going to cost to get him. And they don't think, it's just stupid, bro. It's like a loser mentality. And Isaac asks, what happened to Drop the Mic yesterday? Yeah, no Drop the Mic on Saturday, probably going to be moving off of Drop the Mic on Saturdays. Mike and I are discussing working out something else. He's still going to be doing Tuesdays for now, but we're going to be talking about doing some other stuff, maybe another day, another time slot kind of thing. He's got some other stuff he's working out, so we'll figure it out. So, but here's the video of Jeff Darlington. And again, guys, if this is the video I played the other day, I'm sorry. I thought it was a different one, but I'm pretty sure it's different.
Deebo call you? You call Deebo? What happened?
No, I mean, Deebo. I called Deebo.
Okay. All right.
Nice little chat.
Hit him up, and then he's just like, "Oh, by the way, I told the Niners I want out."
That's right.
Is that what it is? Is a little,
that's right.
Little before hanging up. Little by the way.
I was calling about something else.
All right. So what gives? What can you share with us, Jeff Darlington?
Well, look. First of all, this is something that has been sort of percolating behind the scenes for several weeks at this point.
There you go. Jeff Darlington confirms it. This is something that's been going on for weeks. I've been telling you guys about it for weeks. Other people in the Dolphins community has been talking about it. Several sources out of the Niners were talking about it. Friends of mine were hearing. Again, that's why I really thought that he would be on this team by now. But it's the awesome, amazing Tyreek Hill that's on this team and not him. And that maybe that'll change. And for me, if this first round comes and goes and Deebo hasn't been traded, then yeah, I like the Dolphins at number 1 to get him from that point.
So the team had already been sort of aware that this was coming. It was basically to the point where Deebo, I think, just really wanted people at this point, after, washing his social media of any reference to the 49ers, taking it a step further and making it clear that he does, in fact, want to be traded. I understand that comes with a lot of questions. Deebo didn't necessarily want to expound at this point on his reasons. The one thing I will say, I think he's it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, because I know he's frustrated right now that the narratives that are floating around, basically people kind of guessing why he wants out. For instance, like he doesn't want to play running back anymore. I think those kinds of things are a little frustrating to him, although I don't know that that's necessarily the case. I don't think it's about necessarily being a running back.
See, that's something that's been speculated on more and more, that, Deebo doesn't want to play in the system. And that really comes from Niners fans, guys. I hadn't heard any of that. Deebo's, I don't want to say he's fine playing running back. He wants wide receiver money. He don't give a shit. You pay him the money, he gonna play. But I think the Niners were late to backing the Brinks truck up to him. And what I heard was that they told him, or he had expressed feelings to them that he wanted to go with Mike McDaniel early and often. And it was pretty abruptly clear that he had felt that, hey, they were going to make this happen. Maybe, I don't know who said what. I don't know how it was expressed to him, but I'm sure when the Dolphins and the Niners were in talks about trading for him, he's just biding his time to become a Dolphin. And that whole dream got destroyed from him when Tyreek Hill got traded. Now, when they see what Tyreek Hill was traded for, I think he thinks I had heard the Dolphins were going to give 2 first-rounders or something even a little bit, basically a better deal and a player. And there was a lot of talk about which player. Some people thought it was Mike Gesicki. I heard it was Byron Jones. And they restructured Byron Jones' contract. And I'm telling you, this was all a part to move to get him, even though it was done after. Those things were already set in place. Now the Dolphins don't have to do anything. They don't. The Niners are the ones that are sitting with a player who very well might sit out or take an elective surgery. There's ways around this.
I think he's still fully willing to do all those things. Adam Schefter on our air yesterday reported that one of the factors is as simple as him just not wanting to be in San Francisco and wanting to instead be closer, not necessarily closer, but just a world that reminds him more of his home in South Carolina. I know, and I don't want to go too far into that because I think that's something that Deebo should have at some point expound on, because that's a pretty personal thing. And I know what people will say as soon as that comes out of my mouth, which is you get paid millions of dollars. Do it where you have to do it. And that's where I think this thing probably gets.
So I think this is the real thing that's changing so much in the NFL. These athletes they're such a brand now. I just retweeted a little bit earlier, and hold on, I'll pull it up here in just a second. I'll read it to you guys. The world of football is changing exponentially, and I'll give you for instance. Barry Jackson tweeted, new guard Nigel Pack, a guard of the University of Miami, is due more guaranteed money over the next 2 years than more than a dozen Miami Dolphins are guaranteed this year. And it's $800,000, presuming he fulfills life wallet responsibilities. A friggin' guard. Okay? Football, you gonna make money. Now you got to ask yourself, when you're signing a contract, it's more than just a contract. Hopefully you're signing a place that you don't leave again. It's your home. It's going to be for at least 3 to 5 years, typically, when you sign these big deal contracts. It's a lot of money, and it's relatively the same money everywhere you go, depending on how you use your money and what kind of tax situations you got going on. I get it when you're talking about California and New York versus to Florida. It's significantly different. But another thing, too, is that the way in which players communicate to each other is a lot different. And so, like, the other day when I played the Deebo Samuel talking to A.J. Brown, if A.J. Brown's not getting $20 million, more than $20 million from Tennessee, well, if Tennessee reaches out to Deebo and they go, hey, we'll give you 28, do you think he'd take it? Do you think he would take that from Tennessee? Probably not, on the sole fact that his buddy ain't getting the money he wants. That's what I mean. It's a whole different game now. Players are friendly. It's not you don't hate everybody in the league. Long gone are those kind of days. The players union in the future is going to be tight knit, and it'll be a players league as it's already becoming. But I digress. Let's go back to the video. I digress by saying this. Deebo wants to go where he wants to go. Now, it's always been Miami, but that might be off the table now.
A little more personal, and probably reaches the point where Deebo himself at some point will have to sort of explain those feelings.
So, I mean, and that's the issue here, Jeff Darlington, is obviously the why and how things can get rectified. That's one thing that 49ers most certainly cannot rectify. They cannot rectify where they play football, where they're located as a franchise in the National Football League, and one with several trophies in the case, I might add. So including one that almost happened in Deebo's first year and go round in this league. So, if it's not the running back thing, and let's just say it might be the close to home thing, can't money fix all that potentially?
So you would think, right? And I totally get the logic behind all this, and that's where I want to be careful, because
you know what, money can fix a lot of that, bringing your family to you, but it'd be like me becoming a millionaire and moving my family to Beverly Hills. It'd be like Beverly Hillbillies. I ain't nothing but a bunch of, South Florida degenerates for the most part. I can't have us in there down the road from the Kardashians. They'll be in TMZ every week. There's this kind of understanding too. You know what I'm saying? I think Deebo knows, hey, I'm a South, East kind of cat. I don't want to be on the West Coast with highfalutin. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I'm sure they like going to nice places. And I mean, when they're down in Miami, they are. But it's just a different vibe here in Florida. You know, you can be a regular cat and you could be a gajillionaire with a couple of yachts, and we still hanging out, chatting it up in the VIP or whatever, because that's just how Florida is. There ain't no lines like that, not culturally speaking, not anything speaking. We don't like all that nonsense. Now, yeah, there's places you can't get into because it's too expensive, maybe. But other than that, you know, there ain't no other BS. And I think there's just, I don't know. I can't speak personally for how California or San Francisco in particular is, but Deebo's saying it pretty clearly. He don't want to be there.
Because I don't want to put words in his mouth,
Right.
that he hasn't put in my ears. And I at this point just know that the 49ers really want Deebo on their team. They really recognize his value to their organization, what he brings to the table. They're trying and have been trying to do what it takes to keep him. I don't get the sense that Deebo is going about this with animosity, but I do get the sense that he very much has his feet in the ground on this. I personally don't see him budging. To your point, if some of those factors are things that the 49ers cannot rectify or remedy, that's a difficult task to overcome.
So it's, again, he ain't going to be playing for San Francisco probably one way or another. Listen, the Dolphins, when we traded Devontae Parker, there was plenty of teams that wanted him, and they probably could have benefited more from having another fourth this year if that's what they saw it. But they took a third next year and did Devontae a solid because, by all accounts, he wanted to go to the Patriots. And if anyone that really knows Devontae Parker knows that he's kind of a cat that's a little more reserved, more of a homebody kind of person, not very flashy. It was one of the things I liked the most about Devontae Parker, because it certainly wasn't his availability to play football. That's one of the things I disliked the most about the guy. But I always said Devontae's never going to leave this team, and he'll just keep taking less and less money because he won't feel comfortable enough uprooting his life and moving somewhere else. Now, for whatever reason, he, by all accounts, felt comfortable going to the Patriots. And the Dolphins did him a solid. And I'm going to round back to what I just said about these players talk a lot more. They're friendly. They speak. There's inner circles. Go watch Teddy Bridgewater on his time off. They're all playing catch from the guy. We talked about that as well. These players, they're not like how it used to be where Dolphins versus Jets and there's hate on the field amongst these guys. There's some rivalry and things get serious. Maybe there's a few guys, but in skill position groups, they all talk to each other. They all hang out with each other. I mean, Xavier Howard, another one. He's constantly getting with young bucks, doing videos. They do drills together. It's just a different kind of camaraderie in a way. You know, they operate a little differently, the players amongst themselves. Now, if I'm a wide receiver or a player, and all I hear about guys that not only go to the Dolphins, but ones that leave the Dolphins, how fair they felt in which they were treated. And also, and I told you guys this months and months ago. Well, not months ago, but when we got when we got Mike McDaniel and he became our head coach and the coaching hires happened and the system was being put in and the money we had. And I said, look, writing's on the walls to me at that point. People are going to want to come to Miami and play in this system. They're going to know that out of this system, they're going to get X amount of touches, hit their bonuses, play in Miami, be a part of a team that as far as offensive ideology goes, to playmakers, you getting your bread and butter. You getting your fame, you're getting your touches, you're hitting your bonuses, and you're winning. It's a win, triple win, quadruple win, finna get down party town, Charlie Brown. I'm telling you, that's what was coming. And now we see people vying to come here. And yeah, you got to pay to play, but this will only continue. And Mike McDaniel said himself, he'll judge his success not only on wins and championships, but by the individual goals of the players on his team. Talking about all pros, Pro Bowls, big things like that. This is what's important. And that kind of, I don't want to say back scratching, but I can't think of any other better word. That kind of teamwork, we'll say, it puts this professionalism, and these guys talk. They talk about it. Mike Gesicki might say, you know what? I don't want to leave the Dolphins next year, even though they signed me to a tender and, only gave me the 1 year extension, rights extension, whatever the hell. And he might say, I know I'm going to get my targets. I know what I'm going to be used as in this offense, and I'm going to sign X amount of years and get this amount of money and hit these bonuses. And the Dolphins at this point, something a lot of fans forget about. And I know everyone's like, yeah, we can't get this, we can't get that, or we can't afford Deebo Samuel. We have done zero with every contract on the table right now, manipulation, outside of a little bit with Byron Jones and Clayton Fejedelem, okay? We hadn't shook no one down. There's no dead cap to buy now and pay later that's happened. Everything is black and white for the most part. In fact, anything that has been done as far as moving the numbers around goes, it's only helped the Dolphins and put more money into bonus to where, you can cut with a lot of these players. We're going to have a significant amount of more money than we appear to, just by how we're kind of hiding it on contracts. You restructure Jerome Baker, because there's no world we live in where Jerome Baker gets traded off this team unless I just don't see that happen. But you can shake down and restructure everyone who's on this team right this moment and pull out another $50 million out of your back pocket like that. So by all accounts, the Dolphins are in striking distance of what they want to see. And I agree with you guys. Inside linebacker, center, I want these things as well. I think they've got some plans for some rotation guys at both positions, and they're going to wait and see in the draft which one of them. And I think this is running back. I think this is center, and I think this is inside linebacker. And they're going to see which one of these guys, if not one, maybe more, they can get out of the draft, and they'll make those camp bodies and bringing guys in later down the line, because Treader ain't going nowhere fast, and there's going to be cuts after the draft. There's going to be roster cuts. There's going to be, 33-year-old center let off a team that got, 3 mortgages and an ex-wife that he got to make his bread. You can get him on a deal, and he going to fight like a dog. Give me something like that. And you don't bring him in to, take Dieter's job right away, but if he does, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? But all the while, there's a depth, there's a plan. Chris Greer ain't going to let us walk around with deficiencies. He never does. Right now, he can have BPA, best player available in the 3rd round when we take our pick. Or maybe someone's in striking distance to move up and go, hey, you know what? Let's package those 2 7s and move further up into the 3rd and go get said player. So back to Deebo a little bit, guys. Jets fans, it's being reported that the Jets are all in on getting Deebo Samuel. And shout out to Crypto. Crypto called it. I mean, it was, I don't want to say it was obvious, but yeah, they were in on getting a weapon in Tyreek Hill there's no doubt they're not in on Deebo Samuel. Now, there's an interesting dilemma here, guys, because by all accounts, a lot of people in this year's draft, in the top couple of picks, everyone wants to move down. The value for the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth picks are not too much different from the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th picks. There's not superstars in so many words coming out. A lot of potential, but if you guys remember, this is the COVID draft class. These were players that, 2 years ago, there's not a lot of film on. There's inconclusive data, to say the least. And just because of how we've been in a COVID world, this was the draft class that was hurt the most by it. Terrible quarterback class. There's potential, and guess what? I'll eat my words because we can look 5-7 years later, and this might be the best damn draft class no one saw coming. But for the most part, as far as how evaluators have it, no one knows who's number one in each class. Everyone's arguing on who's the best pass rusher, who's the best wide receiver, who's the best this. Everyone has their favorites, of course, but it's not like a consensus. It's not like Andrew Luck's coming out of this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's not like there's, oh, watch out, Joey Bosa. There's not knocks out of the park in the way there has been in the past. And I think smart Chris Greer was like, yeah, if there's ever a draft to not have picks in, it's this one. Again, Chris Greer's the man, smart as hell. So, but I have this report, this little bit of thing about the Jets being all in, and apparently the 10th overall pick is on the table. Now, this isn't confirmed, but I'm pretty sure if I were to venture to guess that this is more coming from 49ers saying that the 10th pick to the Jets is on the table, because even Jets fans are against giving up that 10th pick for Deebo Samuel. So I don't know. I think that and maybe some extra cheese on top, if they think it's necessary, might be exactly what San Francisco wants. But again, does Deebo want to go there? And if you're the Jets, would you be willing to give up the 10th pick in the draft for a guy that has been abruptly clear saying that, yeah, I'll be traded to you, but I'm not gonna resign? Why would you give up a 10th pick for a 1-year rental? That'd be terrible. And again, if I had to just think outside the box a little bit, if Deebo isn't about San Francisco and a lifestyle, a speed, things like that, why would New York / New Jersey be any different? Where is his family more comfortable up in the Northeast like that? Again, it seems like there's a lot about family and what his family wants. And I can't see how that could be okay, So, but here's what they're saying in this article. And it's funny because I didn't even realize it. I thought this was from the Jets, but it's actually from the 49ers. So it's a 49ers beat writer. The closer we get to the NFL draft on Thursday, the more rumors come out surrounding Deebo Samuel. The latest speculation surrounding the 49ers all-pro wide receiver from Pro Football Network's Tony Pauline, who reported the following. What do the Jets do with the 10th pick? No surprise here, but the league circles in the Jets, and most specifically Joe Douglas, are all in on using that pick to acquire Deebo Samuel. The Jets made an offer to Kansas City Chiefs Tyreek Hill a month ago before Hill ended up with the Dolphins. According to Adam Schefter, the Jets offered their second-round picks, 35 and 38, their third-round picks, and 69, and also asked for the Chiefs 103 pick for Tyreek Hill, which I call bullshit on that. They thought they can get him for a couple of second rounders. They're out of their damn mind. Hill is 2 years older than Deebo. Plus, according to various NFL draft value charts, pick 10 is slightly more valuable than 35, 38, and 69. The Jets tried to acquire Hill and failed a month ago. So this time around, to ensure they don't miss a player like Deebo, they'll make sure the Niners won't refuse the offer by offering a top 10 pick in the 10th pick. Would the Niners say no to a top 10 pick? That's unlikely. John Lynch is set to hold a pre-draft press conference Monday, which, again, this is why I'll stop it right there. This is why a lot of people are hearing that we're going to have clarity tomorrow about Deebo Samuel, and that we might even see a trade happen tomorrow. I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow. If it happens, it'll happen probably later in the week, maybe the day before the draft, maybe the day of the draft. But the Jets seem to be holding their cards close, for players that they feel like they really want. Don't get me wrong, a 10th overall pick is big, but players are getting big numbers now. You don't just give a first rounder to get a player no more. You give package of players. Look at what Laramie Tunsil went for. Chris Greer fucked the game up with that one. Now everybody has to give a whole bevy of stuff and money to proven talent. And guess what? For the most part, if you're in a right position, that proven talent should do exactly what you want it to do. I'll continue. If the Niners feel like they're at the point of no return and know a team like the Jets are desperate for an established playmaker, I doubt they'd say no to such a valuable pick. I will say this over and over again. There isn't a player the Niners would draft that would replace Deebo in 2021. I'm not sure Samuel himself will put a similar season together as we saw last year. He was in the Niners offense. That's also to be considered. San Francisco makes this deal. It's about having a player on a rookie contract for the next 5 years, fifth option, yada, 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 a little bit more control to build with Trey Lance. No matter what, I'm liking that Niners pick with Deebo not being on this football team and Jimmy Garoppolo. We might see some Trey Lance. And I told you guys this before. I thought they were going to trade this guy lickety-split because he was, he made it clear he wasn't planning on re-signing with him. And they have to re-sign Bosa. And they might be looking for a season that's down or two with growing pains with Trey Lance. And you don't want to lose that. That's something I can see that the Dolphins have a lot of faith in Tua, because this type of money being spent isn't for a growing season. It's for a deep playoff run season and see what shakes out. So I have resident Jets lover Greeny, who by the name alone makes sure that he's just mean green Jets machine. He's chomping at the bit for Deebo Samuel to come to the Jets. But, I mean, who wants to go play in New Jersey? I don't know. Who is it? I can't do it. Let's see. I'll play this video. And yeah, FM. That's right, dog. I usually never go tank top, but I felt like it today. So.
And our staff at Get Up did a very good job of compiling a list of teams that both have the draft capital and the cap space to go out and make a move for Deebo Samuel. And the two most intriguing ones to me are the Jets and the Packers.
So the Packers is somebody being linked again and again and again. But can you guys imagine the Niners doing a deal with the Packers? That's pretty much the Niners saying, listen, we're not going to be competitive this year or next year. And if they let Deebo go to the Packers, that could mean Super Bowl. And the Niners, do they believe that they are the killer of Aaron Rodgers that much? No way. No way, bro. They ain't got that much faith in themselves. That's just stupid. So Greeny's like, it's either the Jets or the Packers. So it's like, okay, default, it's the Jets then. Ridiculous.
Now, the Jets are not just intriguing in this because it is my team, but they are legitimately, I think, a team that
Hold on. First off, when you got to say that, arms folded, looking pissed off, that's a real Jets fan there too, dude. That guy looks pissed. Let me rewind it. Guys, make sure you're hitting the like button. Got over 100 in the room. Please hit the like button, everyone. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Show some love.
the Jets are not just intriguing in this because it is my team, but they are legitimately, I think, a team that makes a lot of sense. I'm going to give you a list of reasons why.
All right, give me the list.
The first is, look what Stephon Diggs did for Josh Allen.
Okay. The reason why for the Jets or Deebo? Because right there, that is certainly nothing. And he doesn't help his case as he continues either for Deebo.
Now, I know that Zach Wilson, the Jets quarterback, is a year earlier in his development than Josh Allen was in Buffalo at the time they made that. When the Bills went out and made the trade for Stephon Diggs, it was sort of a finishing touch to a quarterback who was clearly improving, but that's okay. Zach Wilson, I think there is cause for an SOS amongst the Jets organization and their fans. That was a scary first year for Zach Wilson. He looked totally overwhelmed. He looked like it was all much too fast for him and much too big for him. Going out and getting him the...
Also, still not helping the Jets' case for why he would want to go there. I mean, all the reasons for the Jets to do it, yes, but again, this is about Deebo. This is the new thing, and I know there's not any no trade clause, but that doesn't mean he'll sign with them. It's about an extension. What are they going to just get him for 1 year, 3.9 with a 4.9 cap hit? Come on.
Kind of security blanket that I think Deebo Samuel is, with the yards after the catch, with his team, all the different stuff he does on an offense.
Listen, Jay, Deebo doesn't have control, but he does. It's a 1 year left on his contract. It's not like he has a deal in place and they could trade him with a deal being carried. He can say, all right, yeah, trade for me and I'll be a Jet this year, but I'm not signing shit. That's it. They're just paying for 3.9, $5 million cap hit, whatever the hell it is. And who's to say he doesn't need, a little knee scope, a little bit, a little back scope, there's some stuff that happens all the time, bro.
I think from the standpoint of helping develop the quarterback, even if they aren't quote unquote Deebo Samuel away from winning anything of consequence, I think it makes sense. They have the draft capital. They could trade the 10th pick in the draft right there. That's a spot that I think a lot of people are targeting them taking a receiver anyway. Would I rather have Deebo Samuel even at $28 million a year than Drake London or, Garrett Wilson? I think I would. And I just think he is that special of a player. And then I would add there's also the history. Both Robert Saleh and Mike LaFleur, who are the head coach and offensive coordinator of the Jets, came from San Francisco. So to whatever degree they have a relationship with Deebo Samuel, they have a relationship with Deebo Samuel. So there are a lot of reasons.
What relationship? Whatever degree. Because I literally see him fucking lovey-dovey with Mike McDaniel. The player organization coach relationship left and is in Miami again. And Alex, I seen you say it up there. They won't make a trade unless Deebo agrees to a new contract. Exactly. That's how he maintains control, and he knows it. And he's been loud about it on social media.
Why I would be very much in favor of this from a Jets standpoint. The Packers are another team that would make all the sense in the world to me because they are Deebo Samuel away from winning the Super Bowl. The departure of Devontae Adams still shocks me. You're going year by year with Rodgers. I think you got to go all chips to the middle of the table. Now, would San Francisco even consider trading Deebo Samuel to their rival, the Packers? Probably not.
Duh.
But if somehow, by hook or by crook, you're Green Bay and you could find a way to make that happen, those are the two that make the most sense to me. Hembo, what do you think?
I buy your explanation on both counts. No, Deebo Samuel does not make the Jets something substantially better than they are now. But I would argue the time to trade for him would be now, because Zach Wilson is on a rookie contract, and thus you can afford it. With how expensive wide receivers are now in the NFL, teams are obviously choosing, are we paying our quarterback or are we paying a number one wide receiver? You can't really.
So I know, again, there's pushback about getting Deebo on this team from fans about affording it. And I already said how much money could be moved around, everything like that. But I say look no further than what we did with the defense. We signed the largest money to Xavier Howard, and then we went and did more money to Byron Jones and did that with 2 players. Now, we've already done it with one on the offense. Where's the second big contract? It's not in the quarterback position. We're not paying Jalen Waddle big money. Taking that same approach, and in that year, it was all about DBs getting the most money. And next year, because it's this year, all the wide receivers are making the most money. Next year, it'll be it'd be like, wow, pass rushers are breaking the bank, getting the most money. It's just how it goes, bro. Round and round the merry-go-round. It's all fake money anyhow. Not my money. That's all I care about. It's just win me a damn football game and go get me the right players. Don't give me too much weaponry. I don't want to ever hear, we got too many weapons. How are we going to work it out? I don't give a shit. Make fucking, too bad. Now we got to score 50 points a game. Yeah, give me that. I want 50 points a game. I never had that. Let me have some of that.
Have it both ways. The Jets are paying Zach Wilson next to nothing by quarterback standards, so they can't afford it. As it relates to the Packers, I'm not sure there's ever been a player, at least not in the game today, who you're less eager to tackle in cold weather at Lambeau Field than that guy. We saw it in the playoffs.
Right.
I think he would be an awesome fit in Green Bay. They have the draft capital to pull it off, and we've talked about this being the last dance kind of thing. For Deebo Samuel can make as much a difference, if not more, than even if the Packers used both of those picks on a rookie wide receiver.
Oh, absolutely. To me, I don't think that happens because I don't think San Francisco trades him there. If you put Deebo Samuel on the Packers right now, I think I make them the favorites in the NFC, based in particular on how much easier.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Their defense has still got question marks for the Packers, but it's not like, wow, how they devalued Devontae Adams, right? Deebo Samuel's head and shoulders better than Devontae Adams. I don't think so. And let's not forget Deebo Samuel has had injury. And I mean, listen, Deebo, you want to make $100 million here, or you want to make $100 million and have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle on the same side? Just saying.
Their division is than the Rams division or the Buccaneers division. I think I make them the favorite to win the NFC.
You don't think the 49ers would trade Deebo Samuel for 22 and 28?
Well, I mean, generally speaking, teams in sports don't trade players like him to teams that are their rival. They're going to come in there and kick their butts in the playoffs, whatever it is. Although Tannenbaum said an interesting thing, and he's going to join me live in our next hour, so we'll hear it from him. The 49ers are in a fascinating spot. You want to talk about an inflection point. He said he thinks if they trade Deebo Samuel, they will also let Jimmy G go, and they will rebuild around Trey Lance. If they don't trade Deebo Samuel, they will keep Jimmy G, and they'll make another run. That means that what hangs in the balance for an NFL team in the next week is the difference between being a Super Bowl contender or rebuilding. That's a fascinating thing, right? I mean, what a delta that is. And I don't think I'm rebuilding around it, if I'm a team that was, whatever it was, a quarter away from being in the Super Bowl last year. But if you trade away Deebo Samuel and you let Jimmy Garoppolo go, I get it. You kind of are.
So I think Deebo knows what everyone knows is that San Francisco inevitably will be rebuilding, whether it's this year or next year. Does Deebo want to live through 2 or 3 years of rebuilding? And you know what that means. Just like they had him last year, they're going to throw it on your back again and again. Once they're going to try next year or this year to go and get it, or they're going to, I don't know. They're going to rebuild, and then you're still going to have to carry the team for the young guy while he's learning. that might be, that's the same role he'll take in the Jets as well. You're going to be the offense. That's what you do when you're big name wide receiver number one. But that's not where Hill sits. It's not even where Devontae Adams sits over with the Raiders. They have help around that team. He's an added piece to try to get them into contention. Same at the Dolphins. Even Green Bay. But at least Green Bay, you got, a proven gunslinger in Aaron Rodgers. So there's a lot to think. And I can tell there's a lot that they're considering as well. I don't know if there's any more to this video.
We have time later in the show today. I'm not sure he is not the best wide receiver in the NFL, given everything that he does. I want to go through that list with you if we do have some time.
Well, one of the things he does is he's their best running back. And some people think, because he won't tell you why he wants out of there, some people think that it's because he doesn't want to do that anymore. I don't know if he's the best receiver in the NFL if you don't have that element to his game, but I do love him. I love everything about him. So this is the one, if the Jets could do it, I would be all in.
Again, I haven't been hearing anything because before it was all hush hush about Deebo, and Deebo was hush hush about it because it looked like he was coming to the Dolphins. Ever since then, and ever since Hill got traded, Deebo's been loud about wanting out, active on social media, and loud at, getting to the Dolphins in some retrospects. He's been in Miami, been, taking pictures in Carolina wearing Dolphins looking gear and stuff. I just showed you the video. Check it out. Make sure to hit the like button in the YouTube channel of the video of him. He's like, no, I'm not going to be here in San Francisco. I want out. And here's a little bit of Colin Cowherd doing an interview, and they're talking about Deebo. I didn't get to listen to this part. I listened to when they were talking about Aaron Rodgers.
The consensus among many in the media was you got to pay Deebo Samuel. And I said a week ago, time out. He plays very physically. He's been hurt multiple times. Shanahan, Kyle leans into that style of coaching. He loves Kittle. Deebo Samuel, I said, I couldn't pay him huge money because then my top two players, Kittle and Deebo, are injury prone. Where my primary rival in the division, the Rams, Jalen Ramsey's not injury prone. Aaron Donald's not. Matt Stafford's not. Bobby Wagner's not. Cooper Kupp's not. I got to consider my division. I got to win my division, right? And the Rams stars are never hurt. Well, Garoppolo's hurt a lot. Kittle, Deebo Samuel. So my takeaway was I get the Niners saying, we're going to listen to offers. Is it ever difficult, Bill? You love a player. He just won you a playoff game. He has incredible value. And you're going to get heat by a lot of people for not doing it. What do you do with a Deebo Samuel?
I mean, this is kind of where they've found themselves. They've shopped and they've waited a little too long. And I wonder, too, how much does San Francisco value the picks in this draft? Because how they see this draft class coming. Like everybody else, this is considered to be, I don't know if, I'd call it a weak draft class as much as I call it a data incomplete draft class. There's a lot of reaching, again, because of how COVID with these kids in college. So,
man, oh man, that is the ultimate dilemma for a GM. It's the ultimate dilemma. Yes, because you love the player. The chances are you love him as a person too. The contribution he makes is unique. The attachment he has to the franchise and to the fans is also strong and unique.
I got to disagree on that. I agree on the unique part because Deebo Samuel posted, I think it was on his Instagram, where he was talking about the fans and them attacking him, racially charged, death threats, all that stuff coming at him. He was very clear about how he's not allowing it to affect him, but that it's kind of like sickening because these are the same people talking about how much they love him now are talking about how he needs to die. And that's the kind of part that I see a lot in fan bases, this overreaction. They take it too far, again, with trying to control the fan base, say who's allowed to be a fan. A player leaves your team. Now, you not only do you burn their jersey, but you send death threat. Like, grow the hell up, people. What's wrong with you? Like, these are people. These are human beings, too. They're not products. I mean, I understand we can view them as that, but don't show them so much love to only show them so much hate. It's just stupid. It's just dumb. These are human beings. But, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button. And before we continue with the video, I will go through the rundown. You guys make sure you're checking all the great content. Tonk 7 TMI Tuesdays, live at 9 with color commentary on there. You can catch Mike on the mic with open mic on Tuesdays at 10. Thursday night, late night color commentary coming at you with color on there. And every other night of the week, you guys got me, El Capitan, TFTG, the Fins Tailgate, Cash App, Venmo, the Fins Tailgate, Super Chat is live. Help support the channel, you guys. You can support the channel through the link in the description for Fanatics. That helps. And also we have our gear in the link in the description. Check out the gear. Help support the channel in any way you guys can. We really appreciate it. Let's get back to the video here.
And his personality and style of play, along with the tight end, really says a lot about what that football team is.
Yes.
But we heard a lot of this relationship that this guy's talking about is, Kittle and Deebo love Mike McDaniel. He was the guy that was having these personal relationships with these players. And I don't know, there's obviously a void created in San Francisco. The loss of Mike McDaniel is messing up their whole offense, and it might force this team into rebuild mode.
So are interchangeable. I mean, they can bring backs off the street literally and play well in that system. But you got to have that great receiver, and you got to have the great tight end. So how do you make that fit? What do you sacrifice? So when it all boils down, and we've had this discussion about what his value is, then you say, okay, we know what his value is. It's what Devontae and Tyreek got. That's what he's going to be asking for. What do we have to sacrifice in order to accommodate that? That's where the dilemma comes in. And so you have to have a system of football on defense, because the offense is where the money is. You just pointed it out. You have to have a system of football on defense.
See, again, I got to disagree with this. That's where the money is now, this year. Next year, it'll be pass rushers and DBs. You can't get bogged down one side or the other. And you can't, I don't think it's so much about even paying Deebo. It's not what Deebo says. It's more about the team, all that other stuff. And also, I think the 49ers think they can get this kind of production out of Brandon Ayuk too in that kind of role. And it's kind of in that style of play out of this scheme. You ride with the hot hand. You scheme and matchup to pull double teams so you can put man-to-man or get your guy you want to get the ball on any given play. You scheme it up as such. Right now, what's going to make the Dolphins so difficult to defend is that if you make the mistake by putting all your eggs on going after Waddle or Tyreek in the same play, you're going to either leave one or the other exposed on defense, or even better, you got Mike Gesicki running free. They just unaccount for him on a play. And that's how we're going to destroy fools. You put Deebo on this team, there's just no stopping it. That's why I want it. I don't want anything. Get Deebo, go get a center, get a linebacker, borrow into the future, go big, go home. Who cares? Because that's how it's done now. You buy Super Bowls now, and it comes like this. And if we bought it this way, we'd be looking at a couple over the next few years. It's what the whatchamacallit did. Seattle Seahawks back when they had their run.
Where you can feed young players, less expensive players into the equation. And the Rams are doing that. They let Reader go, right?
Yep.
He's playing in the same building, but for a different team.
Right.
Because they are not going to pay linebackers, because they got to pay Cooper Kupp at some point in time.
Right.
What is he talking about? Didn't they just pay a linebacker to come there in his stead? Didn't they pay what's his name from Seattle?
So the question is not, do we keep Deebo or do we put him out on the market? I don't think he's fungible. The question is, what do we have to give up to accommodate what we're going to pay him? And that's the dilemma. That's the one that keeps you up at night.
Yeah, I've had enough. That ain't keeping me up. EM Baller says we can win even without Deebo. And yes, I agree. I totally agree. I like what we got now. But Deebo being overkill is underrated. Words to live by. Because, thank you, Keith. And Keith, make sure you're coming over to YouTube and subscribing to the channel and liking the video. You can get better interaction with everybody that's on here through YouTube. And anyone else on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, come over to YouTube, like the video, subscribe to the channel, make sure to get a part of the TFTG family. What's too much? Give me too much. Having too many weapons is a problem I would love to have. We can win even without Deebo. With him, we can win it all and continue to win it all with paying Waddle and Holland and, everyone who's already on contract. This is what Chris Greer built this for, to strike in this small window. To me, the only reason that they're holding off on money and these picks coming in 2023 is to move off of Tua, which I know people don't want to hear this, but that's a smart plan too. And that's how Chris Greer is. He doesn't box himself into any corners with how they'll proceed to meet the 5-year plan that they're looking for. Championships, Super Bowls, 5-year plan type of deal. But EM, there is a lot of mouths to feed, but you got to take into account some guys get banged up in rotation, and plus kind of not too dissimilar to how the NBA does it. You can load manage these guys. You turn around and you got healthy Deebo Samuel and healthy Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle in the playoffs rolling in there. And don't tell me teams don't already do it. We see teams do this now. They deactivate players because they did too much the week before. After that 200-yard game Tyreek Hill had, he didn't play next week. Now, they say it's injury and stuff, but they're like, no, I'm not going to break this guy during the season because I'm going to need him in the playoffs. I'm going to need him in the Super Bowl. We got too many weapons. Boo-hoo. To hell with all that. Give me some too many weapons, please. I would enjoy too many weapons. Why not? We're not going to complain when we're winning Super Bowls. But the Jets are making real offers for Deebo. That's another thing too, guys. So paying a guy to load manage that $30 million, whatever you got to say. Yeah, I can't look at it as such because cap's going to move up. Everything changes. If it prevents things, I don't see how they can. And Paul says, I think they're going to get JC Treader, move Dieter at right guard, kick out. Maybe Paul, but I don't know. Like, they're going to wait until after the draft. I think more things will become less available. What's up, Bulldogs 1992? How's it going? I see you. All right. Some of the packages that are being talked about put for the Jets to get them, and that's back to what I was saying. Like, I don't want to see Deebo go to the Jets. That's going to piss you guys off. Am I right? Like, fuck the Jets. Like, I don't want them having toys. Let's keep them where they are, out of the picture. They get Deebo, and they're going to throw the rock, on top of him. And, I'm not looking for that. But a couple of the packages that we're hearing, obviously, is for the 10th pick. They've got – let me see what else they got. They could try to get the same package that they were talking about. You know what? I'm not even going to read this because I really feel like it doesn't really matter what they package together in picks, because I feel like they're willing to do, I don't want to say anything to get them, but it seems to me that it's not about that. It's more about where he wants to go. This is going to get interesting. We could see draft night trade, and that's what some people are predicting with the 10th pick. The Jets trade to San Francisco. San Francisco picks with it. Maybe that'll come. I know, and Dade, Thursday can't come soon enough. I'm going to be – I don't think I'm going to be doing a live show for night one. I might be doing some rounds on some other platforms during the draft just to show some love for everybody who's doing draft coverage. I'll do some post-draft coverage of the picks. Maybe I'll do even some breakdown videos, recorded videos, stuff like that. But I kind of think during the draft this year, I'm going to roll around to all the different platforms that are drafting, hop on with a couple of these guys, chat it up with them, and just you'll see El Capitan all over the place on YouTube, hopefully. And yeah, Miss Fins, thank you, guys. Please hit the like button. Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, please come over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, like the video, go back to whatever platform you were watching it on. Really appreciate it. And holla at your boy. Crypto. I know, Crypto. I'm glad you're here. He says, that's exactly what I said. That's my prediction. Deebo going to the Jets for the 10th pick. I know. But I hope it's not so. And I hope we see the first round come and go with Deebo not going anywhere. Because if that happens, the ideology of Deebo Samuel becoming a Miami Dolphin skyrockets through the air of that possibility. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and children of all ages, I have an article from the Associated Press via Miami Herald. Dolphins will look to address very specific needs in the draft. All right, let's see what this article's got, Nisma. 102 Miami Dolphins at 9-10 last season. The Dolphins finished one game away from a wild card spot despite a 1-7 start to the season, then reeling off 7 consecutive wins to make things very interesting, yet falling short, as we know. Free agency, trading for wide receiver Tyreek Hill cost Miami its first 2 picks in this year's draft, a stiff price that the Dolphins feel is more than fair. Left tackle Teron Armstead was picked up in free agency. Cedric Wilson and Teddy Bridgewater are all parts of a massive haul of free agency. Also, re-signing Emmanuel Ogbah and extending Mike Gesicki. Big moves happened all year, everybody. Let's not forget how much move, and keep an eye out because I'm actually going to be putting out breakdowns of all the free agency pickups and everyone's contracts. I'm going to break down each individual player. HB in the back is going to put on some graphics. We'll make it fun and interesting. I'll have some stuff. And guys, make sure to support and share the videos. What did the Dolphins need in the draft? Center, linebacker, running back. What do they not need? They don't really need defensive back or QB, which I don't really like that part of the article because you always need DBs. Don't kid yourself. They get hurt too often, and look at what these guys are making for not just DBs, but wide receivers. You need someone to cover these guys. But we are pretty good with DBs right now, and hopefully Noah Igbenogany wakes the fuck up. All right. Possible first pick for the Dolphins, Arizona State center, Devon West, Georgia running back, James Cook, outlook. With only 4 picks in this year's draft, the only 2 before the 7th are in the final round, or the 7th and final round. The Dolphins know that they can't afford to miss, meaning that because we have only the 3rd and 4th round pick. I don't know why the hell they've did this sentence like this. That said, Miami also has a luxury of knowing it has addressed many of its needs already, and even a team with a very clear win now approach probably isn't going to be over worried about finding an immediate impact player in this year's draft. So that's easily said because let's be real, guys. And yeah, what's up, Doug Smith? What's going on, my guy? Yeah, I'd like to see some Trill Williams, and definitely with the coaches we brought in the building too, man. I think they're going to squeeze out every ounce of talent from him. I'm interested to see how Nick Needham handles it because, I don't know. Hopefully there's some big time step ups on defense from Noah Igbenogany. That would be the best. Best case scenario. We see Noah and he comes out there and he looks like something of a first round pick. And EM, did I see the TFG mock on who he wants the Dolphins to take? TFG? What's TFTG? Because this is TFTG. What you mean? But no, I don't think I've seen it. But yeah, there's I don't see any reason why a DB can't be picked up in the 4th round or even a 3rd round. Again, guys, I think really it's all about who's there in striking distance, maybe to move up a couple picks, or who falls right to us. I'm hoping that, it's that kid from that running back that falls to us either in, I don't know how the running backs will look in the 3rd round. I would love that in the 4th round we scoop him up, the running back from Florida, that he falls all the way that far by some reason. Maybe he could, but I don't think so. But just a little bit of a outlook of where a couple of the 3rd round draft picks that Chris Grier has had. And remember, everybody, Jerome Baker was a 3rd round draft pick. And I mean, he makes good money now for this team, and he's an important part. Also, Michael Dieter is a 3rd round draft pick. Brandon Jones is a 3rd round draft pick. Hunter Long is a 3rd round draft pick. All of these guys are contributors in this team. Hunter Long the least, but it's kind of the method in which they bring along these 3rd rounders. Jerome Baker got a lot more starting time as a 3rd rounder because I think that was when Raekwon Davis got hurt. So it was kind of just what happened. But, these Michael Dieter's an important part of this team right now. He's our starting center at this point. Brandon Jones, freaking fire. Everybody loves Brandon Jones. I love how he plays just dirty as hell in the box, man. I like when he comes up and on the blitzes. His blitz percentage has got to be top among safeties. And Hunter Long, I think we can all feel good about Hunter Long and his future with the team. So, we've had a lot of success in the third round from Chris Greer. So there's optimism in that whoever we do pick in the third round, this is going to be somebody who either A, we see on the field and an impact immediately, or B, you're going to feel his impact soon enough, because Chris Greer does a pretty good job in his scouting department amongst these third rounders. And I'm hoping it's a running back, guys. I know everybody's high on James Cook, and I like him too. He's all right, but I want more of a bowling ball. I like that kid from Florida, and even if they took him with the third pick, maybe not so much with the third, because I'm just, I'm hoping somebody really, really good falls to us in the third. But that wouldn't be uncommon for. It would be uncommon for the Dolphins, because you know how little we value running backs, but it wouldn't be uncommon for what I would imagine Mike McDaniel wants to do, because the Niners, they pick up running backs in the mid rounds, and they dog their running backs, guys. They really do. They put a lot, and they just say, get it, get it, get it. Yeah, Paul, I don't want that. I'm not that I don't want the punter. I don't want him with a third or fourth pick. So I don't think anything else can happen. Now, there is some mock drafts I've seen where the running back from Georgia, or excuse me, the linebacker from Georgia makes it to us. I can't remember his name. He's not one of the big ones, but he's he's on the Georgia defense, that he makes it to us in the third round. I would love that. I wish I had his name here in front of me. I think I might have it still. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it, guys. No. Goodness gracious. Let me see if I can find it, guys. I don't know. But here's a couple of linebackers that should be on everybody's list. Yes, thank you, Keith Channing. Thank you. That's the guy. Appreciate it, guys. Everybody, King. Everybody got it in there. Sorry, I was looking for it. No, it wasn't Zamir White. Carol City. Nick. Yeah, it was Tyndall. That guy falling to us in the third. I would love that. That would be awesome. But a couple of linebackers that are day 2 linebackers we should keep our eyes on. Everybody knows Chad Muma. Everyone loves him. Shout out to my guys at On the Fin side. They talked about him on their linebackers episode when they were looking at draft linebackers. And I couldn't agree any more with how they put it, that it's hard not to look at Muma's tape and not think about Zach Thomas as Dolphin fans, because just his aggressiveness with tackling and how he meets tacklers is just it's vicious. We love that, and that would be awesome. If they pick up Chad Muma, I would not be disappointed. He's 6'3", 239 pounds. He with rare combine at the NFL size and speed that not many prospects have. According to PFF, he ranked ninth out of 115 eligible linebackers in college football during the 2021 season, received a 90.3 grade. Chad Muma was the biggest playmaker all year for Wyoming. It would be a great, incredible addition with, paired up with Jerome Baker, yada, yada, yada. While Chad Muma has excelled in rushing the passer in college with 21 QB pressures in 2021, it is his ability to cover and open and tackle in open space that excites me the most. Through 348 coverage snaps taken in 2021, Chad Muma recorded 115 solo tackles and only missed 13 tackles. That's something that, has haunted Dolphins for a long time. Now, again, there is a bit of discrepancy with the talent he faced, from when playing with Wyoming and the teams in that conference. Can't remember the hell name of it off the top of my head. But when you watch his tape, you can see he's got great lateral movement. And if you're doing it right, you're not asking him to cover very many people. You're asking him to hold the box and blitz the pass rusher when it's time. And out of certain packages, plus in the third round, you got to Landon Roberts. You rotate that guy. So that's one name to keep our ears open for, a guy I think we'd all be excited to watch. I have a little bit of a clip right here, so we'll watch real quick. Hold on just a second, guys. Let me pull it up. A little bit of Chad Muma highlights. Share screen. All right. A little bit of tape on Chad Muma. Look at him. As soon as the ball snapped, he has his man as running back. A little bit of over pursuit right there. But again, and this is linebacking 101, playing the middle right here. I played middle linebacker. So where, as a middle linebacker, you better know where the hell the play's at least being played towards. You might not know exactly who's ending up with the football, but you know where you want to be. And a lot of times, as the middle linebacker, the running back, the quarterback, whoever else is in that backfield, that's your man. I don't give a damn. You just got to be able to, and peripheral vision is the most important thing to a middle linebacker, your vision. So as you see, as soon as the ball snapped, he immediately starts taking off. Click, starts taking off, sees the play going there, little bit of over pursuit, but he still makes the tackle. Again, should have had him, but the running back made a decent play. On this play, again, as a middle linebacker, it's your job to you don't wait for them to come with you. You're sitting on your heels. You're doing your job wrong. If you're sitting on your heels, you're doing your job wrong. You come up and meet them in the hole. You stop it there. And a lot of times you wait too long, a blocker sheds and you get filled up, and that's how runs get popped for big ones or even touchdowns. You come up and meet them, and you gotta be able to take a bit of, you gotta be quick in that hole too, because you're running where the line is. And as you can see right here where I have it paused, a lineman's doing his best to hold him, but he's already made the tackle. You'll see it again. Ball snapped, sees the hole open, sidesteps his blocker and fills inside gap. And that's where you always want to push. You always want to push them to the inside. You don't want to get caught on the outside, because that's where it's harder to get out of for a running back. Here it is, goal line right now. That was a heads up play right there. So look, as you can see, as the play develops, the run's coming obviously right here off the A gap, maybe in the just off the right side of the center. We'll call that the A gap. But the running back bounces it to the outside because the defender got the inside leverage. And you can see he's got his eye on the running back. And he stops, fills the inside gap, but was able to laterally quickly move and get a hold of him and prevent, a touchdown, at least for now. Pops it right outside, picks his man. No gain. There he is again. Now that was a sweet move right there. And they'll rewind it, but he gets this guard. Was it the guard or center? Let me see. This guard or center has got him. I think it's the center. Let's see. Yeah, it's the center, I think. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, it's the center's got him. Right there. The center puts his hands out on front of him, and he should be able to hold him, and here comes the running back. But look, he sidesteps it and just gets around the center quick enough to the running back he snags the running back. Defensive line did a decent job there too. So somebody we can look forward to potentially being there with the third pick. And if he is, we should be trying to make him a Dolphin because he's, somebody there. Now, another cat is Wisconsin's Leo Chanel. What they have written here is he's one of those guys that can be very exciting from a prospect standpoint. He's got similar grades and similar attributes to Micah Parsons. Also, obviously not the output Micah Parsons did, but somebody who might develop. And he's 6'3", 250 pounds. Nightmare in this defense. Alongside with Jalen Phillips and Emmanuel Ogba in what was his last year of an extremely blitz-heavy scheme. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Leo Chanel flying up the draft boards. However, this guy could be the guy Miami Dolphins add to make a huge difference in areas. Let me see. Blah, 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 blah. Not really giving me a lot of information, but I do have a video here. So let's watch a little bit on him. Where the hell did it go? That was weird. Okay, here it is. So hold on. Start this over. Damn. I like that. He read pass right away and just came flying up there, said, "Oh no, I don't." Look, he didn't even take the bait at all. That was just a blitz though. He just did his job and just put the blitz on. Boom. I mean, that's easy. But another name to keep an eye out for, guys. Kid out of Wisconsin, Leo might be somebody that the Dolphins can consider. I'll have to do a little bit more film watch on him. He's somebody I haven't really looked very much at. Penn State's Brandon Smith would be a guy who can give Miami the best coverage in there. Brandon Smith is a guy the Dolphins would take with the 102 pick in the 2020 draft. He's picked more projected. Coaching that your coaches can't get around this guy in the right spot, built for the NFL and clearly can produce. Fundamentally, he's not all there just yet, but he is good. He's a big, rangy coverage linebacker whose film can lock down the best tight ends, which, hey, I like that. Imagine if you brought this kid in. He's 6'4", 250 pounds, great in coverage from all accounts. He could be an every down linebacker, pushes one of, taking snaps. I like that. I'm going to have to do a little bit of what do you guys in the chat think of Brandon Smith? Anybody seen some stuff on him? Kid out of Penn State? I like me some of that. Let me see if I can find a little bit of something on him. They do have his Big Ten highlights, but I'm pretty sure if I play that on YouTube, I'm going to get smacked with they're going to take my shit right down real quick. So the only issue with some scouts with Brandon Smith is his inconsistency. He shows in wrapping up rather than going for the big hit. He does have sideline to sideline speed element and adding coverage, but this size might be too hard to pass up. Yeah, being 250 and having sideline to sideline speed, maybe they can figure out how to get him to play in position a little bit better, not over pursue. I'm watching a little bit on him now. It looks like he can rush the passer. Like, all right, go give me that guy. Give me somebody. Is it? It's not against the run. Yeah, but I mean, let's be real. What's more important? I get it. We want to stop the run, and I agree. And that doesn't solve, go get Muma, and I would feel better. But dude, do you know how bad this defense looks if Jerome Baker goes down? If Jerome Baker goes down with an injury, this defense is in deep trouble. So that's something to always think about, guys. I know everyone's like, go Jerome, blah, blah, and they give him shit, but he's used for so much. Jerome Baker goes down, it's Duke Riley playing in there, and I love Duke Riley, but he is no Jerome Baker. So you need Duke Riley and Van Ginkel to hold down Jerome Baker's duties. Let's see. Now, there's some potential for some wide receivers. Now, I don't know if the Dolphins would take a wide receiver in the draft, but there might be some names that are on their board that they see in the third round and think, hey, I can't pass this guy up. Somebody whose film I liked, and they actually have him potentially being there in the third round, was what's his name? David Bell from Purdue. I like that kid. He should be there in the third round. Zerline wrote about Bell, inside outside target who's more smooth and sudden in coverage over in the first two levels of the field. Bell is a crafty pitcher with a limited fastball, but a variety of pitches to get hitters out, which is I hate when they use baseball terms. It's just ridiculous. He wins in process over speed. He has the ability to keep man coverage off balance with rhythmic route running, detailed footwork, while tape has several elements to excite the viewer. The lack of functional explosiveness, speed, and change of direction has showed up. He showed at the NFL scouting combine simply can't be ignored. He is a willing worker, middle of the field. I do know that this guy definitely got blasted for lack thereof on his combine. But his tape, to me, was always really nice. I like the kid. I don't think they'll take him, but he could be somebody maybe they find interesting if he fell to the fourth. Another kid that is going to be there in the fourth is the kid out of Baylor, Taquan Thornton. He's pretty good. He's fast as hell. He ran he ran under a 4.3, a 4.28. Just super speedy. And that's something that, they use a lot. And they used him in every way in Baylor. He had, in 4 seasons, he had 2,200 yards, 19 touchdowns, 143 receptions. He did meet with them for a pre-draft visit as well. So Dolphins did look into him. He might be somebody they take interest in the fourth round. Somebody to keep your eyes on. And there is some tackle prospects that might be there for the Dolphins. And Chris Greer alluded to this. I'm not going to, talk so much about interior, but maybe I'll do that another time, but I wanted to go over a couple of these tackles that might be there. I don't think they'll take one. I hope they don't, but I don't know. You can never think anything. There's the kid, Rashid Walker from Penn State in the third round. He's supposedly going to be there. Maybe he's somebody the Dolphins take interest in. Maybe in the fourth round, they'll go after the kid from Illinois, Lowe. There's a lot of offensive line talent. That's what Chris Greer said anyhow. So something I found that was pretty cool on Dolphins Wire was every draft day trade the Dolphins have made during Chris Greer era. So I thought this was pretty cool and something to think about because DeMarco Jackson, I'll look him up. Hold on. Looking up DeMarco Jackson right now. Ran a 4.5540 vertical. Did all right. Jackson was a two-star recruit, despite being a South Carolina Mr. Football finalist his senior year at Broome High School and whatever. Appalachian State signed him in the class of 2007, redshirting him his first year at campus. Jackson played in all 13 games as a reserve following the following season. 25 tackles, 2 losses, then started 6 of 14 appearances in 2019, 60 tackles, 6.5 for loss with 3 sacks, 2 pass breakups. Sun Belt Conference coaches voted him second team all conference in 2020 as a 12-game starter and the stat sheet stuffer. He tied for the team lead with 91 tackles, including 6.5 for a loss, 2.5 sacks, added 2 interceptions and 6 pass breakups. Jackson ascended again in 2021, ranked 4th in the FBS with 19 tackles for the loss and leading his squad with 119 tackles while posting 6 sacks, 1 interception, 5 pass breakups, and 14 starts to earn himself Defensive Player of the Year award for the Sun Belt Conference and first team all league recognition. That's pretty damn good. I'll have to watch some tape on him. I like that. Appreciate that. I'll check homeboy out. All right, so back to this article with Chris Grier talking about all the trades. Miami Dolphins have made a number of trades in recent years. Messed me up there. In recent years. What happened? There we go. That have impacted their draft stock for the 2022 NFL Draft with the start on Thursday live in Vegas, Nevada. With 4 draft picks, General Manager Chris Grier has the fewest selection of any team making decisions for the annual event. You know what I was thinking too, guys? Like, rookie minicamp's going to be weak. Rookie minicamp. Plus, when like it's just the rookies around and we're talking to all the rookies, these 3rd, 4th, and 7th rounders are going to be like, damn, we're getting a lot of media attention and stuff. Be good for them. There's a chance that Miami will try to move around in the draft and grab a player that they want or get more picks. So maybe they can be smart and look back at their history, and when doing so, here's all 15 trades that the Dolphins have made during the draft with Chris Grier at the helm. Damn, been 15 trades. All right. I guess we're going to start from last year and work back. So 2021 Dolphins trade 2021 number 50 pick, which ended up being defensive end Azeez Ojulari or whatever the hell, and 2022 3rd round pick to the New York Giants for pick number 42, which we got Liam Eichenberg. Dolphins trade also in 2021. They traded pick number 156, defensive tackle Isaiah Loudermilk, which I don't even know what the hell that is, to the Steelers for a 2022 4th round pick. In 2020, the Dolphins traded number 26 pick in the draft, which ended up being Jordan Love, picked by the Green Bay Packers, for number 30, which we ended up picking Noah Igbenogany. We got number 30, and then we got all right, Dolphins trade. We also got pick 136 in that draft too, in that trade, trading back from 26 to 30. And we took that trade 136 that ended up picking and traded it. Dolphins trade number 136 and number 141 to the Texans for 111, and that's how we ended up getting Solomon Kinley. So Dolphins also in that draft, we traded 173 and 227 to the Eagles for 164 for defensive end Curtis Weaver, which I forgot all about Curtis Weaver. Is he even on this friggin' team anymore? Dolphins traded number 251 to the Seattle Seahawks for a 2021 7th. Then now we'll move to 2019. There's a lot of trading happening. Dolphins traded the 48th pick and the 116th pick to the New Orleans Saints for number 62 and number 202 and a 2020 second round pick. And that's how that second round pick ended up buying freaking Josh Rosen. Damn, we got ripped off on that one. That's some bullshit there. That was that Josh Rosen ordeal. You know what? I'm done with that. Tired of looking at it. Obviously, we all know Chris Greer ain't scared to make moves. He ain't scared to move around. And I think in a lot of ways, if you're a team and you're in the draft and your phone rings, you look down and it's the Dolphins calling, you're like, shit, Chris Greer's calling. What's going to happen here? I think that's good and bad. With that, guys, I'm going to go through the rundown. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button, checking out all the great content. Talk 7 TMI Tuesdays, live at 9 with color commentary. Right after that, you got open mic with Mike on the mic. Thursdays, you can catch color commentary. Every other night of the week, you can catch me, El Capitan, the Fins Tailgate. Cash App, Venmo, the Fins Tailgate. Help support the show. Super Chat is live. Fanatics, link is in the description. Hit the Fanatics link, guys. Also, we got our own gear in the link. Help support the show. With that, I am going to drop the link. We'll be on for a little while longer. Everybody hop in. Holla at your boy. Boom. Here we go, guys. So, I do like that DeMarco Jackson. Yeah, I like that. I'm digging some of that. He seems pretty good. So can you guys believe the Jets are they're shook on getting them? Like, what's that all about? What up, Tony Pepperoni? Why you got Jordan on there? For Jordan Love?
No, that's my real name, buddy.
Oh. Oh,
what's
shit.
up?
Oh man, living the dream. You know, there wasn't a lot of Dolphins content on over the weekend. Wanted to make sure I was on here for you guys and come out here and stir it up.
It's still freezing outside in Canada. I'm up here.
Oh, bro, you're freezing your ass off in Canada?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here wearing a tank top and shit.
I know, living the
Sorry,
high life down in Miami.
You know
Mr.
what?
Miami.
In about 2 or 3 months, it'll be so hot you can't even go outside. You'd be like, the only place you can go is the beach because at least you can get in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, get all that ice cream, Chris. Get the ice cream.
I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna
Get
get
the
some.
ice cream, brother.
I'm going to.
So, okay. So the draft is Thursday. And
Well, it's not
Miami's
for
not going to be
us.
picking
It's not
Thursday.
gonna be for
They're not going to
us.
get a first.
No.
But I'm really hoping that they do something. I just want an inside linebacker and a center. That's all I want.
Say it like that again. That's all I want. You just like you almost whine.
That's all I want. I don't want no like Deebo. He's not coming here. I mean, I just look. We got about 20 million. So there's Matt Pradis. He made some Pro Bowls as a center. I don't know what his health status is though. It's all about the health, okay? But if we can just get an above average center and a good young linebacker, I'm happy.
I think about Treader and, the guy you were talking about, Prater or whatever, or Prater. If it is health, that maybe things look different in a few weeks. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's some things they have questions about, and they're like, hey, you know what? Come back in a couple weeks where their medical says you're going to be, and maybe I'll feel differently.
Look, since we're definitely going for it this year, I mean, Greer's going to be aggressive, so it wouldn't surprise me if they don't get a good linebacker. They may go for just a stopgap like Hightower, 2-down linebacker. He fits into the 3-4. He's physical, man.
Listen, I think, but also in so many ways, because playing the way Chris Greer has with the money, he doesn't want anyone to ever know what he's thinking, so he doesn't want to. He plays hardball. He gets the best deal possible while also leaving an out. It's just, you can tell it's how he operates his business. He only pulls the trigger on certain things, and so I just feel like we're in good hands no matter what. We might go through the draft and get a running back, a DB, and a pass rusher, and another running back, and everyone's like, what the hell's going on? You know what I'm saying? Everybody be like, what do you mean we didn't get any inside linemen? We didn't get a linebacker. We didn't get none of that. But then a couple weeks later, we might sign a linebacker, and we might turn around and one of these guys that are already on the team might be playing a little center for us. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Flores was bullying Greer. Greer was coerced and pressured into signing people.
Oh, I believe that 100%. But I don't know if it's so much bullying as much as that's just kind of how Chris Greer is. You know what I'm saying? He's not really the aggressive type, where Flores, he kind of get up on you a little bit. He's a big dude. He's a little intimidating. What's up, Iceman?
Hey, what's good?
What's good?
You guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, chat? What's up, everyone? Fins up, yeah?
Fins up, yeah. Fins up. What's going on, bro?
Just chilling, man. A long day today at work. Just chilling, bro. Mm-hmm. Watching you vibing. About to just take a little shot, actually. And then just, vibe with you guys and talk some Fins.
Word up. So the Jets, by all account right now, are making the big offers on Deebo Samuel. And if they're willing to give up the 10th pick, why hasn't it happened?
I think, in my honest opinion, a lot of speculation going around. I think that with that 10th pick, I think it's a lot with Deebo, though. I think that he speaking with his so-called agent, and he's telling him, look, I really do want to play in South Beach with Mike McDaniel. Maybe that's just, speculation, but honestly, the cookies, like you've been saying, has been crumbling, and we've been picking up the trails, And honestly, he's not happy that he wants to play with San Francisco. They're not giving him the money, like they're probably offering him 20 to 22 million, just like they did to AJ Brown on the phone as he was talking with them secretly. But and he said, hell no to that. You're using me in the wrong way. Well, I think he actually doesn't mind that. I think it's just the media so-called, trying to just what's the right word I'm trying to say?
Fan the flames.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Just try to, up it up. And I think right now, if we can jump the Jets, because I don't think he's going to get traded on the draft day. I hope the Jets don't do that. Now, I know they do have the 10th.
I'm hoping the
But-
first round comes and goes.
Yes, quickly. And I hope the Jets, and I honestly, if I take a step at the Jets, I think a smart decision for them, just draft those players. Because if you really want to take the risk on Deebo, that's like when we did the Brandon Marshall trade for the Denver
That's right.
Broncos. And they're going to be just like the spitting image of that team with that Dolphins
That's
franchise.
exactly right, bro.
So
That's exactly
I honestly
right.
think they should just chill out, do the right thing, and build that slowly but surely. But that's not how the Jets roll. So that's a different
Well,
story.
I'll wonder too, if Deebo gets all this money, the expectation changes in the building for the Jets. And now, as a young coach, he's not a first-time head coach. Well, he's a first-time head coach, but he's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not his first year.
Yeah.
It doesn't improve, and they're still last in their division with, say, even 7 wins. And with Deebo on the team, it's going to have a negative effect where he could find himself out of the job. And that's something that coaches got to consider as well. Deebo signals an all or nothing type of ordeal in more ways than one. What's up, EM?
Yeah.
Hey, what's good, everybody? How's it going?
What's
Chilling,
going on?
man.
What's going on? It's late, but I'm here to chime in a little bit. And
Yes, sir.
I mean, if the Jets, I doubt the Jets would trade the 10th pick for Deebo when they wouldn't even do that for Hill. But
again, I agree.
The thing with Deebo is that he has to tell the team, hey, I'll sign an extension with you before he gets traded. So what if he doesn't want to go to the Jets? And even if he does go to the Jets, I'm not scared of the Jets with Deebo. He's their only weapon. And we got a lot of secondary players that can, scheme for that.
Yep. That ain't no bullshit. You figure a way to scheme to take him out of the game, and now they've rendered it useless. But
yeah, because who else they got after him? Braxton Berrios. I don't think Denzel Mims is that good of a receiver, so they don't got much.
They don't. And I like Braxton Berrios. I agree, EM. It would be the smart, wise decision from the Jets to not pay this guy. And that's what I've heard from their fans. They're like, look, we're not ready for a talent like Deebo, for the money, for this stuff. Now, we understand and we get it. There's this whole feel that you put a veteran with a young quarterback and it helps them, but I don't think so.
But the thing with us is that, but the thing about us is that we already got weapons. We got Waddle, who has proven to be a number 1 wide receiver. Now you put him as the number 2 wide receiver and you get a guy like Tyreek Hill. Now that's different. But them only getting Deebo and not having much other weapons, it just, I get what you're saying. It's just like, it's not too much.
And Jim, who's a Jets fan, he makes a good point. They did sign a couple of new tight ends. That's right.
JETS suck.
You knew it was coming, Jim. I'll show you some love by putting your chat up and stuff. You guys did sign some new tight ends. CJ Uzman, I thought, was a good move, but Deebo would they get creative. They know how they're San Francisco coaches as well. They'll get creative. They'll give him the ball running, but again, Deebo's going to be used the same amount, we'll say, as he was in San Fran. That isn't going to find himself in the playoffs just going. A lot of it as well, EM, and you touched on it, and I've said this plenty. It's where does he want to go? Who's going to give up what for him to not stay there?
Yeah, exactly, because Tyreek Hill said, the Jets and the Dolphins would give Tyreek Hill an extension if they traded for him, and then they were like, okay, where do you want to go? Because both these teams are going to give you that extension that you've been looking for, and he chose. So the team and the player has to agree on an extension. It can't just go to that team, and then that player leaves the next year, and they're like, oh, wait, we trade all this guy for 1 year? No.
I agree.
You know what? I also think, too, if they had him on a contract, it would be a whole different ballgame because at least you'd have him under for future years. They don't. I also think that, if maybe Carolina could be in play, but they're not going to give up that pick for him.
I think they're going to draft that guy, Malik Willis or something like that.
Yeah.
I just get that feeling because they want that next Cam. Like, I feel like when I saw his pro day, the man launched it beautifully down the field for 90 yards. I said, okay, Carolina, go get yourself that guy.
I'm a little different on him. I think that'd be a mistake for Carolina, especially that early. I mean, he's going to go early regardless because he's got all the physical tools. But
Yeah,
when I
he's
watch
not.
his tape, I just feel he's limited in reading the field.
He needs
He
time.
he's not going to be a Pro Bowl.
He's got
He needs
he needs a lot of time. He needs a
He
lot
does.
of time. And who's your starter, Sam Darnold? Okay,
Carolina's not in good shape.
I feel
bro.
bad.
they're not in good shape.
I know
They're-
he was a Jet, but I feel bad for Sam. Like,
Yeah,
the
but
way
he had this year to prove that he was the guy, and he just didn't prove it. Now I
True,
did feel
true.
bad for him when he was a Jet, but he was given the opportunity, and
Yeah, I don't feel bad for him.
they played Cam Newton over him, and you know what Cam Newton did versus us. I mean, he was
Oh
terrible.
hell yeah.
Yeah. That writing was on the wall on that. The only good news of rookie quarterback for Carolina I could find is that they will have Christian McCaffrey there and a good running back, and their trench play is pretty decent there as well. So there is some of that, but it would be smart for them to at least let the kid sit a year if they take the kid from Temple, because he needs pro work, books, learning schemes. They don't get a lot of that in Temple. It's just, it'd be like if they started Lynn Bowden as their quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I don't think Carolina's O-line is that good anyway. So even if they got Malik Willis, I mean, he's going to be running a lot. He's gonna not, because there are some quarterbacks that run to pass. Malik Willis runs to run.
Oh yeah, they're gonna do that RPO nonstop, Tim.
Yeah, or just do rollouts and have Christian McCaffrey there in the flat. They'll figure her out. But does Deebo want again? Maybe that would, like, you put Deebo on there and that whole thing changes too. Christian McCaffrey, Deebo, it looks better. You put Deebo on any team, the team looks better. But I think it's a lot about what he wants. And Iceman, he touched on it. He's been leaving breadcrumbs, a trail of what he wants without saying where he wants to go. He's made it abundantly clear that he doesn't want to sign in San Francisco. So, and San Francisco says, hey, he's up for trade. Everyone knows it. Been available for trade. Why has he still not been traded? Same thing also we got to remember is DK Metcalf still available. AJ Brown is having disputes. Now, I don't think AJ Brown or DK Metcalf or Deebo Samuel will go to certain teams. Like the Titans is off the table for all of them because the Titans are limited on the money they want to spend. And they all have the same agent. Not that they wouldn't sign to a different team, but you understand my feel. They know where that team stands as far as their pocket goes. There is a money factor, but think of it like this.
Listen.
What's up, Crypto?
I hate to be the bearer of bad news. The NFL does not revolve around the fan base of the Dolphins' wishes and grants.
Don't listen. At the tailgate party that never stops. That's
Deebo
exactly
Samuel will be a New York Jet by the end of next week. You heard it here first. They're going to go hard after him no matter what. They got a good offensive line and a developing and up-and-coming quarterback who threw no interceptions in the last 11 games, and they should have beaten the Buccaneers on that game. It took an out-of-body experience by the GOAT and Tom Brady for them to just beat the Putrid Jets. So, therefore, they're going to be poised to try to get them an elite weapon, and they're going to have enough ammunition in the draft to pick up a guy to pair with them. Watch. You heard it here first. Everybody else is getting in these receivers and arms races. There's no reason why the Jets won't be trying to do it neither.
Nah, man, the Jacksonville Jaguars are gonna get him, bro. What you talking about? They ain't lying.
Wait, did you call Jets a good old line? Even Jets fans are scared of Mekhi Becton's health. So without Mekhi Becton, they're not that good. With him, they're above. I'd say they're above average. But
Mekhi Becton is a stud.
I mean,
no, their right tackle situation is really bad right now.
You wrong for that. You wrong for that.
Listen,
they
Crypto.
Got 2 booking tackles. They can be
Crypto,
good.
They can offer. They'll have to offer the moon, the stars, and the sun to pay him to go there. That's what I would imagine. Plus,
they got enough cap.
They could probably make it happen with the 10th pick, but they're going to have to pay him extra
as well.
His family don't want to go to San Francisco. I'm just taking a shot in the dark. They're not going to want to go to New York or New Jersey.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine it.
I don't see why not. It's a big city.
I'll tell you why.
I'll tell you why,
Crypto. I'm from the South, and like I know my family. I can't bring my family to New York.
It's a city that never sleeps.
I know that, but I'm saying like I wouldn't bring my uncles and my family to New York. We're just not gonna fit in. It's just not gonna happen. I'll lose all my money in lawsuits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, New York is not as cool as it used to be honest.
Yeah, bro. Same thing with San Francisco, dude. It's
very cool. Trust me, I go there every time I get a chance. I'm only 4 hours away from it.
I'm not saying I wouldn't go to New York or whatever. I'm just thinking millions of dollars living in New York.
State income tax.
Yeah, that's a drop in the bucket, and income taxes is overrated.
And plus, his family don't want to be there too. But I know this.
You know, now I gotta hide my money. Now I gotta hide my money from the government, and you know,
gotta hide it. That's a bunch of legal loopholes. Trust me on that one.
Now I gotta hire extra guys and stuff like that.
I'll tell you this.
It only takes one accountant.
When Tyreek bought his mansion a couple months ago, whatever, bro, and I saw it in South Beach, I was like, "What the? You gonna buy a mansion?" And then months later, we trade him. Now Deebo did that a couple months too, and now he's been training in South Beach ever since.
He's in California right now, in Malibu. I'm guessing he's talking with the team, especially because tomorrow they have the interview coming out. So I think we're gonna find some clarity. I think it's first round comes and goes, and Deebo isn't traded. He's looking more to becoming a Dolphin. I do agree. It's all
Thursday
up in the
night. But they got 10. They got 10 minutes on the clock. 10 minutes times 40, right? So at about 8:40 Eastern time, look for him to be wearing a Jet jersey.
Wait, how many second rounders did the Jets have? Because maybe they could throw down.
Who's wearing the Jet jersey?
Deebo.
If Deebo doesn't get traded during the draft, then he's not going to get traded at all.
Wait.
I'm glad you came in here, Brian.
What is this nonsense we're talking about?
Brian.
Deebo wearing a Jet jersey. If I see Deebo wearing a Jet, I'll burn that shit.
Brian, you're not scared of Deebo being a Jet. Like, we're
I'm giving you bad news, Brian.
Crypto, you need to change 60-40 to 70-30 right now.
Damn.
Because once we get Deebo Samuel, it's a different offense now. I'm on the choo-choo train. Crypto, I already said 70-30. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Let's get Deebo on here. Man. And now we're at 75-25. And we're and listen, that's only because runs have turned into 2-yard pitches.
Just think about this. Deebo was at his best under Mike McDaniel. So if he goes to another offense, he's not going to be as good as he
right.
was.
You're gonna be eating crow, Crypto, because the first round's gonna come and go, and it's gonna look something like this. We got the fix for the crow.
Oh, this is just these are rubber bullets, right, for crowd control. They're hard rubber bullets, but listen, these boys ain't made out of crows.
I remember that movie with Andy Dick.
The boys ain't made out of crows.
Is it called like D3?
I want crow soup.
Yeah, that's what
Wait. Crypto,
these boys aren't made out of crows, dude.
Crypto, when we trying to win the Super Bowl?
We're trying to win this year.
We're trying to win
this year, next year,
I'm trying to win
from here on out.
No
more tear down.
So we trying to win this year.
No.
So we're trying to go to the Super Bowl this year, right, Crypto?
And next year.
Listen,
and
Brian,
the year after that.
I've already said
Brian, so you don't think we can go to the Super Bowl with the receiving talent we have right now?
I want to not just go. I want to win.
We just need to add some good
that keeps us from getting a perfect season,
but not the Super Bowl.
Okay, how about this, guys? We find ourselves in the Super Bowl, and we're against Tampa or man, bro, if we beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl,
Rams,
Rams.
That's what I want.
Or the Rams, Tampa or the Rams. You find either of these two teams, you look at their offense, and you're like, fuck, they got every weapon everywhere,
and they got a defense.
Yes, they do. So
yeah, but also think about it. They played through the weak NFC. We played through a tough AFC though.
Bring it. I'm about that.
And they're gonna come in healthy. All the more reason why we need more guys on this team, so we make sure that when we're showing up to the Super Bowl, it's Waddle.
Exactly. You want to make sure
everyone healthy, boys.
We're not taking any chances anymore. We're going to make sure it's done.
The need for speed.
Let's get it on.
with this team right now, people say, we might split with Buffalo Bills.
Thank you, Brian.
But with Deebo Samuel, I
it's a
could put my
wrap.
balls on the table and say we gonna blow them out. So
I'm
let's
putting
cut
money.
it out.
I get this feeling.
Let's cut it out.
I feel like the Jets low key, bro. I know we disrespecting them, but honestly, bro, watch this, bro. What happens if the Dolphins win the division and the Jets are right there in the playoffs? I wouldn't be shocked, and the Bills are third right there. It's always happens
I was
in the
talking
NFL,
about
man.
Jets, the bottom feeders.
Bro, I'd be shocked if the Jets get in over the Bills or anybody for that matter. The Jets
That means
don't get
Stephon
Deebo, they
Diggs
go
must have broke
nowhere.
his leg during the regular season.
I mean, when the Dolphins used to be on top, the Jets was always right there, kind of behind us, like giving us a little
right
push.
there in
You
the air
feel?
vicinity.
They
Yeah, they
always
were.
used to be that, and then the
No,
Bills
I'm-
was right behind the Jets. So and Patriots was trash. So
And
That
now
division was upside down. The division was upside down.
it's how the way the world works. It's called balance, guys. And right now, the balance says Jets stay number 4th in the division.
They're not beating Buffalo Bills. Let's cut it out.
They
they're
ain't
not
beating
beating us.
nobody, bro. They ain't beating
That's
nobody.
pretty bold, Capitan. That's pretty bold statement.
What? That their balance says that they're at the 4th in this division? No,
The
it's
Deebo
it's-
delusion. Wait, guys.
That's a bold take.
There's
Wait,
nothing bold about that, bro. That's easy.
the Deebo
There's a new
delusion.
team that makes the playoffs every year, like 4 or 5 new teams.
Wait, Chris, are you seeing what I'm seeing on the screen? It says the Deebo delusion. What does that even mean?
the what?
The Deebo
It
delusion.
means
The
that
guy-
you have a false belief that Deebo's coming here. He ain't coming here, man.
No, bro.
I'm
These
smoking
are
weed,
reports.
and I don't believe that shit.
No, you said Deebo Samuel wasn't gonna be, and then he requested trade, bud.
He's
They're
not
tell you to
coming
go
here,
in the
buddy.
film room. They're not gonna tell you in the film room to go watch football and learn.
He's not
What are
coming
you
here. It
talking
doesn't
about,
matter.
bro?
He's not coming
Oh
here.
my god!
He's not coming here, even though he would love to play for Mike McDaniel. But we got a lot of people to pay, like Christian Wilkins and some other talented
Christian
guys.
Trade his ass. Who don't
We
care?
don't care about Christian Wilkins' salary.
Yeah, bro. You keep worrying about people's money, bro. You're not an accountant. Let these people
Yeah,
do their
but
job.
next
That's why
year,
they're hired.
but next year, Tyreek
Wow,
Hill's cap
campaign
hit
just
is
don't
is so
tonight.
big
They're
that we
hired
can't.
No,
because
we gon' if we win a Super Bowl, you best believe Tyreek
This
Hill's
guy
gonna take
just
like a
blocked
Dwayne
his
Wade pay
3-point
cut.
This is
shot.
not the NBA where you just go out and
Tyreek
get all
Hill's
these
not going to take a pay
stars. No
cut.
It
salary
is.
He's going
cap.
in his money.
It is.
Tyreek's
Chris Greer
salary doesn't
already fucked the
take
game up,
effect until
guys.
next season.
Listen, first of all, Chris Greer already fucked the game up. You don't do it
Yeah.
the way he did. He blew the team up. He then built the
Yeah.
team the way you don't build it usually. And now he buying the way you don't usually buy.
Yes,
Why
then we're going to
can't we
neglect our
continue?
defense.
And Chris, if we
Like the
take
defense,
out
what have we
Brian
lost?
Jones,
What if
Chris,
what are we losing in the defense? What's that,
if we
Brian?
take Brian Jones and Christian Wilkins, how much money are we saving? Just with that alone.
No, we're getting no. Byron Jones is going to
And
leave,
you
but
gotta pay
Christian
Gesicki.
Wilkins, Andrew Van Ginkel. If Andrew Van Ginkel takes that big step, we don't know. But let's say he takes a giant step where he's
Okay, we worry
a bona
about
fide
that.
stud
Hey,
at linebacker.
Ian Baller, we worry about that next year. This year we're trying to win.
Yes.
Wait, Crypto, when we trying to win a Super Bowl? Because
We're trying to win a
talking
Super.
about
We
next
can win
year.
a Super Bowl with this team, though.
It's Super Bowl or
Or nothing.
undefeated or bust. If we
Okay,
don't go
so
perfect,
since
it's
it's
a bust
Super
season.
Bowl, Chris Greer right now is on the phone putting his balls on the table and making deals happen right now. And Deebo Samuel will be a Miami Dolphins by the morning.
Word
cut
on the
it out.
street. Word on the street. Chris
Man.
Greer's got so many balls. He's got an extra third one, dude. That's how much balls he's got.
And he has hair in
He's
his
like a
balls.
third one.
guru.
He drew another pair.
Chris Greer don't even shave his balls. That's such a such of a man he is.
He doesn't even shave them. There's no manscaped for Chris Greer. There's no manscaped.
Last
No.
time I checked, the Rams were looking at salary cap when they got Bobby Wagner.
That's what I'm saying. They signed into a massive.
Once we start talking about improving our team, everybody want to talk about salary cap. They love being
Nah.
mediocre.
Yeah, I
Fuck
don't-
the salary cap. It's not our
Yeah,
money.
We did improve our team. We got Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
We got
AFC
the best
champion.
left
I'm trying to
tackle
win
in
the Super
salary
Bowl.
cap is pretty much turned upside down because of it too.
Listen, when we
Yeah, we're
signed,
scaring other teams.
when we signed Byron Jones, it was right after signing a mega deal to Xavier Howard. There's no reason.
right
There's no
after
reason.
it.
We're not paying another mega deal contract on offense right now, and we don't have to pay him anything. It's
Until
an extension
after
money.
next season.
They can
Right.
take 10,
2024.
they can take 10, 15, they can take 15 million of the money we got now. Give it to Deebo as sign-on bonus. Next year, his money, his cap hit can be less, and just maneuvering. Plus, they haven't gone and restructured anyone in a way that would be problematic in the future. Cat moves up, make it work, bitches. Until
We'll
we
have to
gotta
wait.
pay
We
Tua,
don't have to worry until 2024.
until we
Then
have
we
to
have to
pay
do a
Tua, I
restructuring.
don't give a damn.
Chris, can I ask a question?
What's up?
What's Tyreek Hill's salary cap hit for this year?
Oh, that's big.
Probably like
It's
$6
not a
million.
lot, but it's about next season. He's got a
Yeah,
giant.
Who gives a damn
2024,
about
not next season.
That's our
I want to win Super Bowls.
So
Yes,
Yeah,
you
we
can
want to
win
get
a
to win
Super
win a
Bowl
Super
with
Bowl
Debo
this
first.
year.
before you win 2.
What are you talking about long term? This is a long term plan. When you're done with Tyreek Hill, you got Deebo and Water.
It's not a
What you
long
guys
term,
talking
but
about?
I'm saying it's not a long term
You got
plan if you
Water,
sign
yeah.
Debo though.
It is a long term plan because
It
you can
is,
move off of
because you got
Tyreek
Water.
Hill,
Because you're
which
going
is
to be
really
in
like
cap
a
hell
3-year
and you got to
contract.
do a lot of restructuring and stuff.
So
And
getting
Last time
I'm
Deebo,
not-
Tyreek
Chris
Hill
Gibbs
is
is
like a
Deebo
3-year
three-year
Samuel
contract.
this
Just go for
year,
that.
getting Deebo Samuel this year probably does 2 things to you next year. You can't sign Christian Wilkins and you can't sign Mike Gesicki. Both things
Don't
are
care
going
about
to
Mike
work out.
Gesicki.
Trade their asses. I don't care. Trade them.
But Gesicki doesn't matter.
Gesicki, you keep. Do you know how hard it is to find a tight end like that?
We could find a
You don't
tight end
need
that
him.
could
He
block,
can't
and his
block
name is Hunter
anyway.
Long.
Durham
We
Smith
found a
and
tight
Hunter
end
Long
that
but if
can
Hunter
block.
Long doesn't take that next step, we'll be low in tight end.
Mike Gesicki's
No,
not a
because
tight end. He's a
Smythe
slot
is good
receiver. Let's
enough.
cut it out.
I know he's a ball catcher. We could use
And when you have
Here's
Deebo
the
Samuel,
ball
you don't
catcher.
need him.
You realize Durham Smythe had more yards per catch than Gesicki?
Oh my.
Yes.
Yeah, because he was in a Mike McDaniel system. Mike McDaniel will make anyone look good.
How many
No.
one-hand catches
You're right.
did he
I'm
have?
Durham Smythe was on his team last year, not
Yeah,
Mike
Using Brian
McDaniel.
Flores, garbage
Yeah,
offense.
listen, look, guys.
Thank you. Whoever said
I'm
that,
not-
thank you.
I'm not needing massive production out of tight ends when I've got Deebo Samuel, Jalen Waddle, and Tyreek Hill on this team. I'm fuck a tight end.
We need people that can
You don't
block.
necessarily need a tight end. That's
Wait.
I've
We
got
need one that
Isn't
can block,
Deebo Samuel a
Hey, what
great?
up, Ollie? Hill on this team.
And plus, Debo's a good blocker
He's a
himself.
good blocker, and Mike Gesicki wish he could block.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Lee. What's up, Ollie? You got some
Not much,
actual-
man. I just came in to respond to the Mike Gesicki concerns. So I heard that there's actually a trade deal in place for him.
Oh,
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I already heard
Depends on
about
the
that.
trade deal. Better be a good one.
He's expendable. That
Yeah, I already heard
style of
about that.
catching is
Mike-
being obsolete.
You know,
A
That
guy
style
goes
of
over the
catching is
middle,
becoming
makes
obsolete.
acrobatic catches. That's obsolete. What are you
Ali,
talking about?
Absolutely.
In
obsolete
this
when it comes
Mike
to
McDaniel
run after the
system,
catch.
there's
Did you not hear
going,
your
Mike
quarterback?
Gesicki is going to get
You
one-on-one
cannot get
coverages, and you
yacked
can't
by
stop him.
acrobatic catches.
Wait, you
Ali,
talk about
stop
Mike
it.
Gesicki
Yeah,
that
I
catches
But
You're
the
he's
going to
ball
yak
deadly
him
in
to
the
death.
end
That
zone.
doesn't come with
Let
acrobatic
him fight it
catching.
out.
Okay.
But
You
Mike
talk about
McDaniel
Mike
gets
Gesicki.
people open, Crypto.
Yeah, he does. He gets
Some
double
people
teamed
just don't
every
like
time, bro.
Gesicki because he's
Get
a white
open.
brother.
Mike
He's a
Gesicki
white
don't even
brother.
run routes
Oh
good.
my God.
What
Oh,
film are
stop
you
it.
watching?
Don't be playing the card like
really
that.
going
Stop
Because he
it.
didn't have
Nah,
a wide
nah.
receivers
Get
coach
Gesicki
or
like
tight
that.
ends
Don't
coach.
do
Now he
him like
does.
that.
So, Ali, did you
Jesse
hear?
Davis blocked better than
Gesicki,
Mike
once
Gesicki.
again, that style of catching, just like Parker, is becoming obsolete in this system. You want to keep ignoring the obvious. When he said we're going to yak you to death, that comes with catching the ball with your feet squarely on the football field and running, not with your feet in the air.
Exactly. This is not basketball. This is football. Let's cut it out.
Exactly.
We need an eclectic mix of receivers. He's a
You
big
don't need an
target.
eclectic
Tyreek
mix of
Hill?
receivers because the Rams and
He's
the
an
last
extra
10 Super Bowl
receiver,
champions
though.
never had it.
Tyreek Hill.
Odell Beckham's not a big receiver?
The Rams had a
But he's
collection
a
of wide
yak
receivers
receiver. He
since
doesn't
Robert Woods
depend
got
on
injured.
jumping in the air every time to get production.
He doesn't make acrobatic catches, Beckham? Really?
He
All
makes
those one-handed
acrobatic catches.
catches?
That's not his. That's not what he
You know how
always
hard that
do.
is to catch
I didn't say he
one-handed,
always
bro?
does. He does it a lot, though.
But that's his specialty,
He
though.
doesn't do it all the time.
You need a
doesn't do
big
it
target.
enough.
Gesicki is not going anywhere this year.
No,
Yes,
you don't
he
need a
is
big
going
target.
this
Stop
year.
the nonsense.
If we get
That's
Deebo Samuel,
overrated.
Mike Gesicki
No, we're
is.
keeping him.
You see,
No,
I'm
we
gonna
could use
fly.
a big target, especially
Keep
in that red zone.
ignoring the obvious when your quarterback simply said
It
in a
took us-
press conference,
it took
we're
us
going to
11
yak you to
years.
death. That doesn't come with
We already have
jumping
a
off
big
the freaking
target.
football field.
Okay,
We
but
have
it took us
Cedric
11
Wilson.
years.
So,
Cut it out.
Ali, did you
Jumping off the freaking football field doesn't constitute yak.
Someone
Did you-
Yak in the
Chris,
draft mean
if
it's
we
something
got
they're going to be
Deebo
doing more
Samuel,
Mike
frequently.
but
Gesicki
if we
can
got
get Yak in
Deebo,
this
we'd have
coaching staff.
Brian and Crypto saying, "Let's go get DK Metcalf now too."
Hey,
No, we're not
fuck
saying
yeah.
get
Give
DK
everybody,
Metcalf.
bro.
DK would be a terrible
I would
fit.
love
If
me
he's
some
more
DK
versatile,
Metcalf.
if DK Metcalf is more versatile than our tight end who can't block, then why not?
Listen, I would trade Mike
If you want to
Gesicki
put work
and
in
take
people
one of
mouth.
those first-round picks.
But
and
you
everything.
said
go ahead,
Yak.
go down that
DK
rabbit
is a
hole.
jump ball
right
guy.
now.
Hey, let Captain speak. He's been trying to say something.
Yeah,
What were you saying?
Ali, real quick. Did you hear what I heard about Mike Gesicki as far as who's interested in the trade?
Oh,
what
I
team-
haven't heard what team it is. I don't know that part. I just
Okay,
got
because I'm
someone
saving that
messaged
for
me.
tomorrow.
I got
I'm
a
saving-
text that actually I did hear that the team may come as a shocker. That's actually what I heard, but I wasn't told what team. And I got a text that someone told me about it. Basically, that there's a trade in place, but it's contingent.
Shout out to the Watch Mister. He's given a $5 donation, and with that, I will oblige with the mute button over Crypto. Sorry, Crypto, I'm gonna have to mute you for a little bit because I just got paid to mute you. So he gave me $4.99 to mute you. Gonna have to deal with it for an undetermined amount of time. We'll
Mute
figure
it. What are we muting Crypto for?
Oh,
Crypto
man, that's
is
messed
saying
up.
facts. What are we talking
What
about
are you
here?
talking
Are we
about?
really arguing Mike
Listen,
Gesicki here?
Listen, I got paid for silence, bro. What are you talking
This-
about?
True,
I'm
true.
being
No,
This
just so
real.
you know
fan
what
base
to call
is
it.
so used
And
to
I don't
seeing
want to hear you
mediocrity.
talking about cancel culture because that's the definition of it when you're doing that.
Hey, no, that's called being paid to play, Crypto. I gotta wait. Quiet down. No, I'm just
Let's
messing.
actually
No, it's
look at
not.
it legitly.
Well, so you're arguing about the byproduct of capitalism. I don't want to hear you crying
That's
about
capitalism. See, look.
Capitalism
no,
won.
Here, let's actually talk about it logically, though. Okay, so Mike
Yeah,
Gesicki.
Pseudo Spike is right. He said someone could pay to free him. You're right about that, Pseudo.
So Mike Gesicki wants wide receiver money. So why pay Mike Gesicki if you're not gonna try to trade for Deebo and pay him the money, who actually is a proven wide receiver or wide back, if you want to call it? I'd rather pay the person that's proven than someone that, one, can't even, is not even the best wide receiver in my opinion. And if he is going to be a tight end, I really feel like in this system you have to know how to block, and he hasn't shown anything that shows he's going to actually be able to block and handle that responsibility.
Well,
I think Hunter Long and Derwin Smith is more than enough tight end that we need right now.
I don't
I'm sorry.
because with the fullback on the field, and when they run either a two tight end set or out of the wing position, they're going to scheme up plenty of times. There's going to just be positions where Mike Gesicki's going to be able to do his job, and a lot of it's just about inside rub on a linebacker just to freaking get him to either follow you out for the run game. They'll scheme him fine as far as in this system, but the team I've heard that is interested in the Dolphins would make not only a lot of sense, but the payment in which I heard in which they'll get for him would almost certainly bring in something like this. And I was gonna talk about that tomorrow. I have it here in my notes.
We don't have to talk about it tonight. That's
Chris,
fine. That's fine.
El Capitan, how dare you allow some numbnut to silence me for cheap money when you should be demanding one whole Bitcoin to silence me? I'm Crypto. And if they're going to silence me, they owe you one full Bitcoin.
There is, I mean, that there is some negotiation.
Don't let some schmuck pay you chump change to silence Crypto.
Crypto,
They owe you one full Bitcoin.
Crypto, why haven't you changed from 70-30? Why haven't you changed from 70-30? It's new evidence. You change your mind. Why are you 60-40? It's 70-30.
Who said 70-30?
Me.
69.
That's fine. We can work our way to that number.
All right.
I feel like with the Mike Gesicki, it's if we trade for Deebo Samuel. If we have a Deebo Samuel, Mike Gesicki is gone.
Well, damn, the 49ers is going to be
accurate. I think
stacked
we
on
trade him
time.
regardless. I think the plan all along was never to let him go without getting anything in return.
Well,
I get it, but I wouldn't trade him if I'm not going to get Deebo Samuel. I mean, it's just like, why do that?
Why do we need Deebo Samuel? Everyone makes the argument we have Cedric Wilson. Everybody makes the argument we
He
have.
nice. He nice. Don't get me wrong.
Cedric
Nice,
is
but
good
he
for
ain't
depth
like all
if
that.
Deebo's on the team. That'd be the reason. That would be the
Everyone makes the argument that we have Lim Bowden.
Oh,
What's the point of having him? If he's not going to block, what is the point of having him? When you have him on the field, everybody already knows we're passing. What is the deal?
Shout out to the watch.
That'd be rotation. Just do what the Saints do. Just spread the ball out.
Yeah, he's a
Nobody
pass
knows who's
catcher.
coming. Nobody knows who's going to hit you.
Look, you know what? Easily put. When you get later in the season, the games
Shout out
matter
to the
more.
Joker. Shout out to the Joker. He scored 37 points tonight.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
No shit, really. That's awesome. That's a lot of friggin' points. Holy cow. There's, as we get later in the season, teams get, the games get harder. It's all for the marbles. You're in the playoffs. You need everything at your disposal. And not saying we couldn't do it with the guys we got, but someone gets injured. Deebo Samuel is on this team, and I can't fathom anyone going down and it mattering enough with this weapon on this team now and us not find ourselves in contention. And Vegas would say so as well. I guarantee you if
definitely
only Byron Jones or Christian Wilkins or Mike Gesicki leave for whatever it is to get him here, the betting swing is going to tell everything.
Do you know how fast it is going to be and fun it is for Tua? Imagine, look at this. You got Gesicki, Jalen, Deebo, and look at that, bro. Like, come on, that's too much right there. And then you got Tyree. Come on, bro. You cannot tell me right there every defensive back and linebacker and free safety is going to say, damn, we're going to have a tough day guarding all these guys. These guys can all run routes. They can do
Imagine if you've got one man down in your starting lineup.
And then you got Cedric Wilson as a backup and Preston Williams. And then you have Lynn Bowden. So that's an impressive depth chart as well. So
because
it's a nightmare. It will become a nightmare.
Most teams are injury away. We get one injury, we still to the Super Bowl. 2 injuries to the Super Bowl because we have 3 wide receivers. That's wide receiver ones.
Yes,
sir. Whose job is Deebo taking that everyone's worried about losing? It's
nobody.
Yeah, nobody. Trent Sherfield, that guy we picked up,
right?
Preston Williams.
He needs to sit, but I think he's gonna be better than Devontae Parker.
Who else?
Right, he's going to be the 5th receiver or the 4th receiver.
Who's
Deebo
the guy
Conner.
Color likes? The dude got 85. Craig Kraft. All these guys. Listen, I don't want to devalue them at all. And probably one of these guys will make the team. But listen, they're not keeping all these guys anyhow. Remember the fullback we signed?
Seven slots.
Alec Ingold or something?
Not him. The guy, Lovett. Lovett. We signed him. The dude he used to play quarterback and stuff like that. Everyone was like, oh, it's a fullback, blah, blah, blah. That guy ain't going to be on this damn team. Probably Ethan Carter might not be on this team either. There's not going to be as many.
He's gone.
Oh, for
probably.
sure.
Probably. I don't know. He has versatility being able to play tight end and play that shit. He might make it.
Ingold can block for sure.
Well, Ingold's definitely making it. He got money. He's staying on this team.
That's a starter.
That
That's
man,
a starter.
beast. He's a star in Madden too. If y'all play Madden, so just to let y'all know.
I like the way he runs. Put it that way.
He's already in my lineup.
Iceman,
he's in the lineup.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You must be winning a lot of games since you got Deebo Samuel on your team. The Dolphins, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Did you do the rebuild yet? Iceman, did you do the rebuild?
Yeah, I'm I'm actually right now. I don't know. Hold on. Let me go on my camera and show y'all what I just did to the Dolphins. I added Deebo Samuels to this chat, man. Like, I had to.
See, this guy knows football.
So he's wide receiver 1A, 1B, 1C.
This guy knows football.
Look, I'll show you.
Because people who don't know football want to call people delusional.
Tampa Bay, he was stacked at the wide receiver. They both paid a lot of money. Tom Brady didn't complain about having too many weapons.
I don't understand this fan base. We have a poverty mindset. We have this little weak, little wimpy mindset. Oh my God, too much
Not
talent.
me, bro. I got an American mindset.
Right.
More, better,
I know,
and
Brian.
the next one, dog. That's how I got
Too many
American.
balls
Brian
to
has
go
bad
around.
vocabulary. They've been
Too
learning
many
bad
balls to go
vocabulary.
around. And basketball, you only have one basketball, and you only got one hoop that you got to shoot in the score.
I mean,
and
but
it
they're
was
not
the
getting
Golden
knocked
State
over,
Warriors. Let's
And
cut
look at
it
the
out.
Golden State Warriors, exactly. They call us the Hampton Five or the Depth Squad. They call them now, the 5 guys out there.
See, that's what I'm
They're
trying to
not
say.
complaining.
I want to
Oh
be
my
like
God,
that.
we signed Cedric Wilson for nothing. Who gives a damn? I
Yeah,
don't
cut
care.
that guy,
Give me
dude. Hey,
Deebo.
listen.
Fuck him.
I bet you if I did a deep dive on Cedric Wilson's contract, they could freaking cut him and save $5 million right now. That's how Chris Greer makes this shit work.
And Brian, to add to it, Golden State did not complain a bit when they got Kevin Durant after they won 73 games.
No, they don't have to do apologies either.
They didn't apologize. They
No,
just kept
hell
piling it
no.
on.
They already
became
won
the
it.
Miami Heat. They became literally what LeBron did with the Heat. Everyone said, damn,
Right.
I hate Golden State now. It used to be the Heat, then Golden State.
Right. They kept
Come
piling
on.
it on. They didn't apologize for
And I want the
nothing.
Dolphins
They
to
said,
do
give
that
us
too. 'Cause
Durant.
if you get Deebo, everyone in the NFL is going to say, well, what the hell?
Boo,
We have
that's not
Tyreek.
fair. I hate
That's
the
a
Dolphins.
super
Good.
team.
And I'm chilling with it.
Yeah, put
Right.
Deebo on this football team, and collectively, the Dolphins fan base can walk to work, walk on here. I'll come on here. I'll get a new jacket, new hat, and we'll all just collect our trophies.
As I sip my soda that I'm sure somebody spit in. I just would like to say to
This is
all
what I
of you,
did, man. Like,
kiss
I'm
my ass, you rotten mother. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go home and put some water in Buck Nasty's mama's dish. Good evening.
Yeah, we can collectively. What were you showing, Iceman? Hold on, let me pull it up. Go ahead. What you got?
That is the new team, yeah.
That's your
look
new
at that.
team stretched out?
Ethan Carter.
Oh wow.
Look at that.
They put Tua at 70. No, you probably got the wrong Madden because Tua's 99.
He got him at 70.
Yeah, it's probably Madden 2019 or something.
No, it's 22. You tripping, though.
Is it the next gen console? Is it PlayStation?
Yeah. This is the Xbox S.
Which
S
one?
It must be the 360. It's no way.
No, that's the
your
S.
settings must be wrong.
Who's the tackle there? That a
That's
tackle?
Raekwon. And then we got John Jenkins.
Jenkins.
I dropped what's his name? Christian Harris.
Who's the other fullback? There should be just one fullback, right?
Yeah, but I got Season for now.
Wait, do you have Miles Gaskins?
Ingles.
You have to trade away that guy from the Raiders.
You have Miles Gaskins on your team?
Yeah, he made it to the third right there. He's 74.
I would cut him if I was you. He's not gonna. He doesn't have vision in real life. Probably not in the game.
Yeah, we're gonna pick up a running back with that third or fourth.
Brian,
pick,
hold on, Brian. You don't want Miles Gaskin? I thought that was your favorite guy.
Miles Gaskin needs to be cut because Chris, don't know running back need vision.
Yeah, and I've seen him run into the ass of too many guys to think that he don't fucking have good vision. I've seen, and he's one butt fumble away from not playing in the NFL.
It's like he's trying to run into people.
Maybe he went to the Mark Sanchez school
and like
of,
full
football.
speed at that, bro. At like full speed too.
El Capitan, he learned from Mark Sanchez. He got the school of butt fumbles.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. They started trying to use him in between the tackles too much when he did some of his best work on the outsides and trying to scheme him on certain linebackers and stuff like that. They don't use him like they used to, and they're trying to have him take it up the gut, and that is just not his deal. He's not a one cut back, and his second a freaking defensive lineman touches him, he can't move, and it's just not his game. I like Miles Gaskin, but I don't really like that style of running back. I never really have.
I did hear we're really interested in the guy from Florida, the running back.
I know. That's what I've been hearing too.
Nice.
I've been hearing it,
Florida.
Bro. Yes.
Which
Damian
one? Which
Pierce.
tailback?
I think it's Pierce or something.
Damian Pierce.
Yes.
But how far
He
would he
also
have
went
to
to
fall?
my alma
Is it
mater
really
high school
100 people better than him?
Yeah, I think they will.
I don't know.
He went to Booker T.
with just, I mean, shit, you'll see probably you can put 15 of them as wide receivers almost at that point.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of wideouts going this draft.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs gonna get that kid Jameson
At
Williams
least
or whatever.
10 in the first 50 picks.
Yeah, a
The
lot
Jets
of teams.
definitely gonna draft a run wide receiver.
Right. At least 10 wide receivers are going off the board in the first 50 picks.
Yeah.
Hey, whoever gets Pickens, bro, hey, I'm telling you, he's a secret. Y'all gonna see who
Whoever
Pickens is.
gets Dotson, that's who. I don't want the Chiefs to get him. I'm nervous about the Chiefs getting that
See,
guy.
I have a bad feeling that the Chiefs are gonna make some home run hits, bro.
I hope they don't get Dotson or the what's it called. That's a nightmare.
Crypto, that's why we have to get Deebo Samuel, because these other teams in our divisions are creating monsters too. So we need to
they
make
are.
sure that we dominate. We need to make sure we're not out competing with these guys. These guys talking about right now we could compete with these teams. Those Russell Wilson. These guys are, have elite quarterbacks too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Jerry Jeudy had a good season quietly too with the Broncos. And
Exactly. So your defense is not gonna hold those type of teams to under 30 points like that,
Yeah.
So you're gonna need that offense. You have to have offense.
I really feel like the
have to,
Bills
yeah,
versus Chiefs
come
game,
back.
the Bills versus Chiefs game in the playoffs, I think that set the tone for the next couple of years. You're gonna see like
I agree, Ali.
In addition
I agree,
to
Ali.
yeah, definitely. In addition to it, the league itself, it's pro offense. All the rules are
Bent towards
advantage to
offense,
them.
right?
Exactly.
And you know what too? The Bills were ranked number one. They said, "Screw that." The Mahomes said, "Give me 12 seconds. Screw the number one offense we playing against."
Exactly,
He
and
marched down the field and just punched it in the end zone.
And that's the argument.
Oh, you mean
Crypto, that's the
Tyreek
argument
Hill.
I was making in the spaces because everybody was crying about Byron Jones leaving. I said, wait, the Rams have Jalen Ramsey and we have a Xavier Howard. Who's the other guy on the side?
Yeah.
The Bengals had Eli Apple. So
The greatest corner of all time, Eli Apple. Damn.
And we did.
Here's another way.
Top-notch Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
Brian, thank you for bringing that up. That's something that nobody's talking about. All right. So everyone is bitching up a storm about possibly getting another weapon like Deebo or even another wide receiver that may be out there. The truth is look at the Bengals. We'll use them as prime example. Who else on their defense can you really name as a big-time Pro Bowler that is well-known, established name?
I can only name the linebacker, but that's about it.
That linebacker Wilson. That's it.
Do you think their defense, honestly, is better than ours right now? Okay.
No.
But Joe Burrow did put it on the team though. He single-handedly did that though. So
that's offense, right?
He had the offense.
Right. Yeah, true. But I can also argue
was the defense that
and he
put
didn't
up the
singly hand
shoulder.
it because last time I checked, Jamar Chase have a high number in Yak. Let's cut it out.
Exactly.
Let's cut it out.
So my point is that their defense is nowhere as good as ours, and they made the Super Bowl because of what they were doing on offense. All right. So just because you have a great defense doesn't mean that your team is going to be able to withstand
another elite offense, right?
Exactly.
Right, because the Chiefs showed that against in the playoffs, they didn't care what
It's
the Bills
chilling, bro.
had.
We just dropped this guy then. We're going to draft Malik Willis.
What is that?
That's all we need to do is to wave up 12 seconds. That'll be our motivation.
Why are we drafting the quarterback? What's that?
12 seconds is only required.
Wait, because he's talking about the Bengals offense being explosive, and it's all a lot relying on Tua. So
Wait, can I ask a question? Who's
Go
our
ahead.
safety? Who's the safety for the Miami Dolphins?
Which one?
Brandon, or are you talking about
Javon Holland?
Javon Holland.
Okay, because last time I checked, the Buffalo Bills, it's not because of their corners. They got safety. So I know people just be acting like we don't have safeties and that the guys like Jalen Phillips and Javon Hollins are not going to take a leap.
Well,
and we're crying about Christian Wilkins and we have Zach Seiler.
I know, but we got to make a name for ourselves.
This is the thing I think too.
Right,
man.
I'm not worried about Wilkins getting the money. He'll get a nice deal.
I think our pass rush, even if it takes a marginal step in the better direction, I mean, why couldn't we get any better? Why is
Capitan, did you hear my bold prediction?
No, what was it?
I said Jalen Phillips is going to get the record. He's going to get 26.5 sacks next season.
Yeah, I remember
Dude, if he
that.
Cut it
does
out.
that,
We don't need
I'll-
Wilkins.
He doesn't need 26 to hit the record. I think he just needs like 23.5 or something.
23.5, but he's going to shatter it. He's
If he
going to get those
shatters it-
extra 3 in 1 quarter.
Listen,
One quarter.
He gets 20 sacks or anywhere around that. We're winning the Super Bowl. I don't give a damn. That kid will fucking win it himself. I love that kid personally.
He's going to make Christian Wilkins wish he had those double-digit sacks. Jalen Phillips, he's going to ball out.
Christian Wilkins going to be for a different team because we're going to get Deebo Samuel.
Let me ask you guys another.
That's why I'm predicting those 26.5 sacks.
Rumors are that other players that haven't signed yet are waiting on this Deebo Samuel, just like Armstead.
Yeah.
So us acquiring Deebo Samuel, we can get a Honey Badger who's waiting after the draft to make his decision. And we can still get a Reuben Foster and a Melvin Ingram who destroyed the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs, which we need.
Let me ask you guys another question. Do you guys let's say the rumor all along was that for Deebo we were trying to offer Byron Jones. What if it's not Byron Jones? What if it's like Christian Wilkins?
I don't care if it was Byron Jones.
That means the money, we swapped them potential money out.
I'll trade Byron Jones and Christian Wilkins.
That would be the money thing. That's
Brian, let's cut it out, bro. Let's cut it out.
Hold on, Brian. Cut it out.
Yeah, cut it out, Brian.
Byron Jones and Christian Wilkins? No, they're gone.
No, that's too much bro, in the package.
Here's my thing to that, right? So everyone's complaining that if we get rid of Byron Jones, it's bad because he's complementary to Howard.
Look, I'd rather get rid of Byron than Christian. The reason why Christian kind of the heart beating soul of that defensive line. He really does pump them up, get them motivated. So that's one. But Byron, I would do it.
Offense pump your
I think in the
defense.
long run, though, I think it's better for Christian Wilkins to be traded, and I'll tell you why.
First
of all, as a depth, yes, it's going to cost more. That's number one. But as a depth, we have a lot more defensive, linemen that can take his place than we do replacing a Byron Jones.
And I agree. Put Jalen Phillips in the ground. Put his fingers in the ground and let him replace that at the right end position. And then just allow Raekwon to be at the defensive tackle. Honestly, that's what I see.
Christian Wilkins is good.
He is good.
Nobody's saying he's not
No,
good.
he good. Yeah.
I'm just saying if 49ers are asking for Byron Jones and Christian Wilkins, we're going to send it in.
Jordan, he's really good, bro. But I think
both.
And listen, I'm hearing conflicting reports out of Christian Wilkins, and I heard recently that there was. Well, first of all, I heard originally that there was trade considerations because teams were calling. But then I also heard that they wanted to extend and or just full on sign him.
Right.
But none of that's happened. And I don't see any reason why. Look, you roll into him as free agent, you're gonna pay him $125 million potentially, bro. That's what the top defensive tackle on the market gets. And if his numbers stay consistent to where it's been, he's gonna have better numbers than he's had. It's every year they get better in most categories. This would be the year to ride him out on the team and get everything out of him as far as making a run goes. That's why I would keep him. And maybe during the season, after these other moves, something can be worked out. But personally, I would have sold high and got a first-round pick and then some and did something like that. But I am hearing, listen, Chris Greer, that's the beauty of the Dolphins today. I know we all talk crazy, but this guy makes crazy happen. So we can talk as crazy as we want. And, when I hear a little birdie say, yeah, watch out, Tyreek Hill's not only on the table, but the Dolphins were targeting him and the offer might come. And then not 4 days later, he's on the team. That's how this moves. We might see inside this week movement like crazy. And I don't know. The rumors have gotten really quiet the last couple of days.
The week,
Chris, I'm not losing my mind. I'm not losing my mind, Chris. I'm telling you right now, Christian Wilkins and Byron Jones, give them the bye-bye. That's your money for Deebo Samuel and others. I know you guys hate it,
and
but
you
it's
keep
the
the first-round picks?
Then give me.
In that sense, we probably keep.
Then give me Fred Warner. Then give me Fred Warner straight up.
I-
Give me Fred Warner too, because if you're gonna get rid of Byron like that, I need Fred Warner straight up.
There's actually
Warner will be here on the team.
Jenkins is out there.
Iceman, you don't worry about it, Iceman. He'll
We're
be
not
on the
getting
team.
Fred Warner.
We're
They
going to
paid
give
him
him $4
already.
million. He's going to come.
The 49ers already paid Fred Warner.
Also, our first round picks for 2023, I think the value of them are gonna start to skyrocket this week because I'm hearing a lot of teams this year, like almost the whole top 10, are looking for trade downs.
I've heard
what I'm
that. I
hearing.
mentioned that earlier on. The value
So
to
that mean
the
they
first overall
stockpiling.
pick. Everyone. Well, no, I said this in the beginning of the video. I said, by all accounts, this year's draft value is nothing like it's been, and this is because this is the COVID year. The data is incomplete. You know, a lot of these kids didn't get it. They're counting a year of football that they really didn't play that much of. You know what I'm saying? With the way COVID rules were, it's a lot of incomplete data. This was the draft that was coming out that was going to have the least amount of everything. And here we are. It's why the quarterback class looks the way it looks. That's why they're talking about depth. And you can't, I mean, look at everyone's mock drafts. They usually have some parity. There's very little parity in these things. They're all over the damn place. That's the only parity. And, you know, everyone from pick 1 to 10 is trying to move back and grab capital. And I don't think a lot of people are finding suitors. And so it's not like anytime you don't see a quarterback go number 1 overall and there's not a couple quarterbacks in the first 10 picks, the value you get inside the first 10 picks is equal to as 25th pick. You know?
Listen, Chris, we got a team full of Sonic the Hedgehogs. There will be no bosses catching us this year. We're going to be all up and down the Labyrinth Zone and the Marble Hill Zone. We're going to be busting through those bricks like it ain't nothing, getting those rings. Hashtag Sonic, Miami Dolphins. You heard it here
Hashtag
first.
drunk off yak. What's up, Nick?
Right.
What's going on, fellas?
You know, living the dream, brother.
Right.
Chilling, bro.
Nick, did you buy your Deebo Samuel jersey yet?
Not yet, brother. I got to get my Tua jersey first.
Deebo's going to break the 19 number curse on the Dolphins, too. That's going to be the best part about it.
Wasn't that Aronde Gadsden's number? It's like final year?
I think so. Until Ted Ginn destroyed it.
Until Ted, yeah.
I did buy my Tyreek Hill jersey.
I tell you, boy, Ted Ginn is something else.
I mean, he wasn't. No,
he was
bad.
picked way too high.
He was so bad.
That was bad. We supposed to have Brady Quinn that year. He screwed our franchise up.
The only thing I can remember about Ted Ginn was against the Jets when he did those 2-punt or kickoff returns, and that was about it.
That was it. That was his highlight of his NFL career.
Yep,
with the Dolphins.
You can't forget when he beat Darrell Rivas, Chad Henne on Monday night, threw him like a 55-year-old.
Darrell Rivas knocked someone out that day, bro.
Yeah, he did. Chad Henne. Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
You remember that catch?
He had
I remember that.
Yeah, kick returner though.
Actually,
Monday Night Football.
Hey, I'm not I'm not even a Jets
Leslie
fan,
Shepard caught some ones too, some big deep passes in that Monday night game that we collapsed on at the end of the, that Monday night miracle the Jets had. But Shepard played
that was Crypto. Were you
that was in 2000, Crypto? I'm talking about Ted Ginn. He beat Rivas back in, I think it was 2009.
Yeah.
On Monday Night Football, we wore orange jerseys. We beat the Jets.
Yeah, he ran that route down the field.
Yeah, I remember that game. I was talking about the other game, but yeah, I remember both games. Yeah.
Ronnie Brown ran it in with 3 seconds left.
I miss Ricky, man. Ricky was the better one.
You know what? Everybody loves Ricky and everything like that, and he was fun to watch. But I loved Ronnie more.
Yeah,
I just liked Ronnie. Ronnie, it's not just that. I loved how he played the game. I loved him off the field. I like his southern twang he had a little bit. I loved everything about Ronnie.
But Chris, Ronnie Brown is a painful reminder of us passing up on Aaron Rodgers. Stop it.
I understand exactly. Guess what? Us and everyone else, bro. Us and everybody else. Okay.
That's a painful reminder. Every time I hear that name, it's like, oh my god.
I mean, Drew Brees too was once in our facility for a month, and then we said bye bye.
I can't look at it like that. I look at Ronnie Brown, and I loved him when we were on the team. He did everything they asked of the guy. He was just the best, bro. He was
You
just
know who I
fun to
miss the
watch.
most?
I agree, dude.
I miss Jake Long. I know Jake Long only gave us
Stop
3
it.
great years, but damn it, bro, Jake Long was great.
He was
That was
vicious.
a painful reminder of us passing up on Matt Ryan.
No, stop, bro. Stop.
See, Crypto, you gotta listen. Crypto's a glass half empty person, and then there are a lot of people are glass half full people. I am like my glass is only half empty because I drank that other half. That's how I look at it. We got a completely different purview to how everyone looks at it. That glass is only there in that form because I drank that amount. So
It
I can't
also
get mad
depends on what was
getting
in
mad
that
at your
glass, Chris. What was
Crypto.
in the
Don't you
glass?
understand? You're getting mad at yourself. That's counterproductive. We don't look at that. We look at fuck it.
Hey, I got a
Ronnie-
question for Mike. Mike, you there?
Mike's gone.
You mean Ali. He's just putting Mike G.
Ali?
Truther in there.
Oh,
Ali.
oh,
Go
Mike
Ali.
ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
He
Yeah.
changes his name every time. Then this is
Oh,
what
all
happens.
right. So
Mike
Ali,
the Truther.
Here,
Yeah.
I'll change it back. Sorry.
I'm
Was
good,
that
No,
a
you're
Mike
fine. You're good.
Gesicki truther?
Yeah, because you guys were talking about they were talking about Mike Gesicki and
yeah, I
what
wanted to ask
Oh,
you
you
about
was just
that.
trolling.
Mike Gesicki.
Okay, I get it. Because there's no
Yeah.
way you was defending him.
I wasn't defending him. I was the one saying that there's a trade.
No, I know
supposedly.
what you're saying. I heard you. I know you was. I know.
John Anthony asks, Cap, what's the deal you're hearing for Deebo? I heard 102 first next year plus Byron and Wilkins.
I heard that too, John.
Chill.
That's the rumor going around, but honestly, the tape from what I heard, they've taken the offer off the table because first of all, it was picks that they already had. I heard that wasn't the offer, that's the ask. That's what I heard. It's not the offer, it's the ask. So just to clarify, that's what they want. Now, from where Chris Greer sits, why does he give them what they want or anything when Deebo's not going to the Jets and the Jets are the only ones buying out in the AFC? No one else is going for it. That Deebo's going to go to, obviously. So, and they're not going to give him to Green Bay. So I got something else for you for tomorrow about Mike Gesicki that might change this entire thing right here. And it also may be Christian Wilkins too, because I had heard earlier that Christian Wilkins was they were working on an extension and talking about contract stuff. And I want to say even Chris Greer kind of alluded to it, but then I heard something else. So let me do some digging on the Christian Wilkins talk, because I can insert Christian Wilkins into this thing that I'm hearing about Mike Gesicki, and it would make sense as well, because there's 2 teams I'm hearing about this that might change the whole deal. And we're going to, again, I'll talk to you more about it. That's why I haven't talked about it just yet. I'm waiting to hear some things.
Somebody had a question for me. What was
Wilkins
it?
is a hell of a player, man. I like him.
He is, but I like Christian Wilkins too, but I can't think of how, if they don't have him in contract before the trade deadline this year, I can't see any way you're not overpaying to keep your own player. Now, I love his on field. I love everything about Christian Wilkins, other than the fact that he's going to make Aaron Donald money and not be Aaron Donald. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't
deal.
like that. But...
That's the deal. Imagine paying the same money or more even for Christian Wilkins.
That's why they're getting ahead of it, Chris. They was
bro.
trying to get ahead of it with the extension, but then Chris Greer sat down in his table, his table in his office.
But that's
and said, you know what?
That's rich though. Christian Wilkins and then a first round and then
I'll do it.
That's rich.
You could say whatever you want to say about me. I'm not trying to patty cake no more. I'm not playing around here.
That's the ask, brother. That's not the offer. That's the ask. Again,
no more patty cake, Brian. No
more patty cake. If that's what they asking,
no more Baker's
send it in. Let's get Deebo Samuel today, and let's be done with it. No more. Now, if you can get more assets trading Wilkins, individually, and get Gesicki, and then use those picks and trade for Deebo, okay. But if that man's saying let's do that, man, let's do it right now, man. Trade Christian Wilkins and Byron Jones and let's get it done.
Here's the problem, though, man. Our defense is set up with so those
So,
corners. Those
so
corners can be
Brian,
on an island. So what
what
happens
I
now? You gotta
heard.
hold-
We're not giving
Hold on a
in.
second, guys. What I heard in trade with Gesicki changes that whole deal up. As far as look at their asking price. So say this isn't the Dolphins' offer, because I can't imagine Chris Greer sending all of that for one player. Just being real, dude. You're gonna have to pay. You know, it's just I can't see it.
No,
He's got a first, Byron, and all this. It just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't for one player. That's just
We
not
was
smart.
already gonna trade Byron Jones anyways.
Yes, but not Christian Wilkins too. If you took Wilkins off that, then yeah, I'd say all right. Maybe
We said we was gonna extend him. We haven't extended him yet. So
Even
I
if
mean,
even if
where
you
we
want
at?
I would
trade
rather keep
Christian,
him on the team for 1 year and lose him for a compensatory
Yeah.
pick with Deebo on this team and win a fucking Super Bowl and say bye-bye Christian Wilkins, because he'll get paid $150 million somewhere because he's a Super Bowl champ and played in the playoffs and could go light it up. That's how that shit works.
Or let Zach
I don't give
Seiler,
I
who's
don't
been
give him
showing
to
every
San
time he
Francisco. Plus, also remember, San Francisco does this. They're almost guaranteeing themselves a rebuild mode. So that's something I
Christian's
wanna
is
be
good for
clear
that
about.
too.
49er fans don't even like this deal. Actually, they feel like it's actually too little.
Well, 49er fans are ridiculous because they literally are showing
Well,
signs.
those fans have been
They're
spoiled rotten for
saying
long.
that
It's
we
time
should
for
give
them.
him
They've
a
been
wide
spoiled for
receiver.
a
No,
long
it's time.
time.
It's time
They've
for the
been spoiled
49ers
since
to
the
suck
80s.
straight up.
They've been spoiled since I've been alive. That's for
Same. I
damn
was just about to say
Yeah,
that. They've been alive.
since
I mean, like, let's be real.
1981.
Patriots, the Steelers, you got that team over there, the 49ers. They've been the spoilest ones. Come on now, the Dolphins need to
You
get
want
it.
to see a
They got
spoiled
it.
fan base? I'll show you a spoiled
The
fan base
eggs are there,
right
Jack.
here. This is how they right here. This is the thing right here. Deebo's staying. He's there. No, I'm not.
Oh man,
He's literally Deebo's staying. He's there with them. No, I'm not.
That's disrespectful, man. He's the man of the Dolphins, and they're just harassing him. That's harassment.
He said,
Hey,
says
what
I'm
club is
not-
that? Where that at?
Looks like McDonald's.
I know. What the hell was that?
It looks like McDonald's.
You got the golden arch.
Golden
in the back?
arches in the
one
background.
arch.
It's a McDonald's in Malibu. No. So
that's for the Jets, though. That was for the Jets, though. He's saying, "No, I'm not going to the Jets now."
no, I'm pretty sure he told the Jets, "No, I'm not going to their faces." A while ago.
That will be brutal.
I mean,
there are some rumblings that I heard that Jets are actually talking about trading the number 10 pick to Philly.
Huh.
Why?
Yeah, and that's
Well,
why
Philly's going to give him another 2 picks.
That's why I think Crypto is actually going to have to eat crow live on the Vince tailgate.
Oh no!
I'm having the crow shot dead right now.
Oh, this is just these are rubber bullets, right? For crowd control. They're hard rubber bullets, but listen, these boys ain't made out of crows.
These boys ain't made out of crows. So
That
don't
pigeon
worry.
is still alive.
I don't know, man. That's I heard it from a reputable source too. That
Who is this reputable source that you know?
You don't have to explain nothing to you. Hey, Al, you don't have to explain nothing to that guy.
A source. Anyone can be a source. I have a source that tells me that extraterrestrials are going to
Whether you believe
tonight.
us or not, that's your business. But he said he heard from a source. Continue, Al.
Eat your butt? Is that what you said?
He said extraterrestrials from a
are
source.
eating your. Oh, or I thought you said eat your
he
butt.
thinks my conspiracy theories are all based on UFOs and
Man, we
Area
are definitely
51.
not the only ones out there. Definitely.
And Area 51,
Exactly.
right?
Jets are talking about Deebo. Ravens were talking. They're off the table. I mean, other fan bases were talking about Deebo. We're not delusional. It's literally a news report that he requested a trade. What are you living under a rock?
Oh, he's not coming here.
I mean, come on. We live in an
AJ
era where
Brown.
Devontae Adams got traded to the Raiders,
What is
people.
this guy talking about?
Exactly.
Delusion.
The
You're
Raiders didn't
delusional.
even know. I went
Tyreek Hill.
on the Raiders one of their streams. They was shocked. They were like, "Holy cow!" They was pulling their hair out. They didn't know Devontae Adams was coming over there. They had no idea.
And we live in that type of an era where teams can trade for people out of nowhere, and that's why I'm saying anything is on the table.
We've got the guy that invented
Never
that.
know.
That's
Like
the
Kevin
thing,
Garnett-
boys.
Like Kevin Garnett said, anything is possible.
We got the guy that invented this new way of NFL where teams are stacking up heavy draft picks and or just what? Well, I don't know. Maybe the Browns kind of did it, but the Brown doing it right. Let's put it that way. How about that? Let's do it about doing it right. Took the Browns 20 years. Chris Greer goes, hey, we watched the Browns, how they did it over 20, 30 years. We're going to work on our scouting department. We're going to clear our books before we get our picks and then actually make a 5-year plan rather than just go give me a bunch of draft picks and give me Johnny Manziel and dipshit over here and that one over there. Like, I don't know who's running that.
You got to put some respect on Manziel's name now, Chris.
Did you see
Why,
Donnie?
just throw a touchdown to
Did you see
T.O.?
that? Yeah,
He's
last
the
night.
goat.
Yeah.
It's my quarterback. It's my quarterback.
So I seen it.
Here, if you want a crazy conspiracy theory, a take of mine, and
Tell
this
us.
is one that I really feel that could happen, not this year, maybe next year for sure. I could see, since let's just say Gesicki gets traded, I could see another 49er who really wants to play with McDaniel. Actually, he's the president of the McDaniel fan club. I could see him coming over here, and you guys know who I'm talking about.
George Kittle.
Yeah, George Kittle. I could
Listen,
see that happening.
That
Somebody
could be a
pinch me.
reality. That could be a reality as well, because to me, we might see. You know what San Francisco really wants, from what I'm being told? They want that pick, because if they lose Deebo and get their pick back, but they also are valuing that they're valuing that pick less because it is their pick, and that kind of sucks to get your own shit back. You know what I'm saying? But
do you want to know what
they move off
Yeah.
they move off Deebo. They've accepted their fate that this is a tank year, and they might as well hold the pick that's going to get them the best pick that they want, and they're going to move off of Jimmy Garoppolo. That's a done deal. Now that's been
His
confirmed as
days
well.
are numbered.
It's
That's Trey
not
Lance's
just
team.
that. They're gonna tank this year. They're gonna wash out the books. They're gonna re-sign Bosa. They're gonna build their defense, and they're gonna go through the draft, and they're gonna rebuild the system they believe in. They've got Ayuk still on a rookie deal. They can push this all down, and they can wash out a
Kittle.
year, retool, and get next year's draft, which everyone's excited about next year's draft for quarterbacks, for everything. And they're going to be in position with a pick. They need to be in position to know whether or not Trey Lance is their guy. And the only way to do that is trial by fire.
Yeah, and here's the other thing of it is that I really feel that if they are going down that route, that they're in a rebuild for a year, to sell that to their fans, because I feel they really need to try to get a fair deal. And I think that's maybe what's delaying this whole thing.
No, it's time for them to suck. We've had how many we traded Wes Walker or whatever. We traded so many players I can't even name you. And how many Super Bowls did they get? So maybe it's time we just get Deebo and say to them, "Hey, look, take the seat back. You guys need to suck."
Look, they got
it's our
fleased
time.
they got fleeced by us last year during the draft, because look at all the first round picks they gave us. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, and look, we gave them Trey Lance, so we kind of screwed them over too.
Yeah, and that's why I think they're trying to come back. You know, that's why it's delaying, is because they want to like stay face with whatever they do, whatever deal they end up taking to trade Deebo to whoever.
I know they want the Jets. They definitely want that Jets 10th pick, but who knows? Like, if the Dolphins can budget, I mean, we can, but
I don't really think they're sold on the number 10 pick this year at all. I
Mhm.
really don't. I'm telling you right now. I've
That
heard
for sure
from
is them getting the
multiple
best wide receiver to draft.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They can get that boy from Alabama. They can get the boy from Ohio
Jameson.
State.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but here's the flip side of it. The flip side of it is that two things. One, if they are worried about the quarterback, like the captain said, next year's draft is the one to do that with. And two,
for sure.
and
They're going to
two,
draft a quarterback next year. They
they're
don't care
saying
about
some
trading.
of the wide receivers next draft are way better than the ones that are top rated in this draft. So,
And you know what? I'm kind of scared when you say that because it churns my stomach. Because if Tua does not pan out, which I hope, knock on wood, I hope he really does really good. Because we've gone through hell with a lot of different carousel quarterbacks. Just give me one, just one. But either way, if it doesn't work out, then like you said, that draft is stacked. So we could, we got the first, we got a third, we got multiple. So.
yeah.
Who knows? We can get
We
someone
could
from
pick
that.
up the next Russell Wilson or Tom Brady waiting in the 6th and the 7th round.
Give me Tom Brady. Give me that.
Crypto, I see you changed it.
Hey,
80
there's a
to
kid from
20 now.
Michigan.
Oh my God, Crypto.
Why you
That's
say
not
80 to
listen.
20 now, Crypto?
No, it's only 80-20 for the Super Bowl. Only for a special game. That's it.
Oh man,
You're gonna
Because
lose.
we're
the
going to
Super
score
Bowl.
60 points in the Super Bowl.
You're
That's
gonna
only
lose
for
the
the
Super
Super Bowl,
that way,
Brian.
Crypto.
he's gonna tell Bob Greasy.
Wait, why not against the Buffalo Bills? I know we're
Or
gonna
against
blow
the
them out.
Buffalo Bills.
That'd be the AFC Championship game. Not
That's
the
what I
Super Bowl.
want.
It's
I want to
80-20
face the Bills
for the
against in the
Bills
AFC
and in the
Championship
Super
game.
Bowl.
It's
We're
80-20
scoring
for
60
them.
How much you want to make a bet I can throw a football over the mountains?
Yo,
I
There
think
you
we're
go,
gonna face
Brian.
the Raiders. I think they're
We're
really nasty.
going to score 60 points. We're going to score 41 in the first half.
no, we're
Oh
gonna go through the
wow.
Steelers first in the wild card and say what's up to Brian Flores and say good morning and good night. Then we go into the divisional round. Then we gonna say what's up to either the Jets or something. Mark my words. I'm telling you about the Jets. I know we disrespect them, but those draft picks, they can be sneaky and say, we might just make home run picks with these. Because the Jets have always been that. Like I said earlier, they can always be right behind the Dolphins and
Real
say, y'all
sneaky.
trying to get to
No
the division?
way,
You can get
bro.
that.
No
Yeah, they could
way,
be right
dude.
behind us, but they'll never be above us.
They'll
They
never
wish.
be above us. Though. No,
Right, they're
we're number
going to be
one. We
behind us
stay
right
number
on our
one.
toes.
We
We're not
don't
above us.
worry
There
about
you go.
bottom feeders. We worry
No,
about
we
the
don't.
top.
Yeah, bro.
We look ahead. We looking at Super Bowls. We're not worrying about what the Jets doing.
I'm
We
Oh
don't care
no, but
about
we
the
gonna
Jets
beat
doing.
them though, no doubt. And then championship, give me that. Give me either the Chiefs or like you said, the other team. No
It's
doubt.
going to
Give
be
me
a
the
hell of a
Chiefs.
lot easier to beat them when this man gets to wear these colors all day, every day.
Oh
There you
snap!
go.
I didn't even know he was wearing
He's
that.
already got his wardrobe
Yeah.
ready.
Didn't I
I
tell you,
wait.
Crypto? You thought I was
That's
lying. You
bullshit.
thought I
When
was
was
lying.
that, yo?
That
He's
This
he's got
was
he's
a
he's
while
got his
ago.
wardrobe already ready.
This was like, I don't know what, like a week and a half ago, maybe.
Yo, he
Not
looked
even.
fresh and awkward.
Yeah, I was moving his furniture in his house, and he was telling me about how he loved Miami.
You know what? It's so funny, dude. He called me about getting a remodel done, and he was telling me he loves this place in Miami. He can't wait to move in full time.
He says Jalen Waddle, his best friend. They can never
I
stop
saw
talking.
him at LA Fitness, bro. He dunked on two fools. That shit was
I might have the video around here somewhere. Hold on, let me see. No, hold on. I got nothing. That would be funny. I pulled some shit up. Yeah, no, he's in there like swimwear. I mean, listen, he's made it very clear that he don't want to be in San Fran. It's not about money. Every stupid faced pundit is on there saying it now. And it wouldn't be the first time they all look like idiots, but San Francisco's really at an inflection point. I forget which video I played earlier, which one of those guys said it first, but it's really true. They are they going for gold this year? Because how does that work without Deebo Samuel? And even if they got draft picks this year, how is that helping them with Jimmy Garoppolo and their unanswers on their quarterback? Everything points to going on all or nothing this year. And that's what good teams do. And John Lynch is smart, but the problem is they don't have draft picks to retool for next year. They blew their stoke last year, guys. They really did. That was their year. That was their year. And they jumped the gun. You're right. Because the heat was felt on Shanahan. There was talk. They were like, oh, Shanahan, I don't know. Maybe he's not a head coach. So then he comes out, he marches damn near to the freaking to the whole ordeal, and everyone's like, cool. But can they maintain the turnover? And they're putting a lot of faith on Garoppolo, who's been injured, but I don't know. do they just say, you know what, we screwed up with this pick, and they're gonna take a loss on Jordan Love, or was it not Jordan Love? What's his name?
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance. Thank you. I always get those two mixed up because they're both quarterbacks that we've seen before, but I've never seen them. You know what I'm saying? You know they're out there somewhere,
Actually,
but they're just
both,
not around.
ironically, both of them got a win this year in the backup role.
Yeah.
You know, we should also, honestly, if the 49ers are going to rebuild like that, why don't the Dolphins do this then? Why don't we just give them the first, the second, the third, and also screw it. If you guys say Christian Wilkins, then give us Jimmy Garoppolo. I know we got Teddy, but watch this. What happens if Tua hypothetically goes down, then Teddy comes in, and then he breaks his thumb or something because Teddy's been known for that.
Wait.
Jimmy comes in, but wait.
had,
Hold on. Hear me out. The reason why I say this is because history, the NFL loves history. They're all about history and making history. Why I say that? Long time ago, Don Shula, he brought in a guy from the the Baltimore Colts at that time. He brought in his guy called Earl Morrall. Oh, however you say his name is with my accent, I can't say it right. So
Earl Morrall.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Gotcha,
and then
brother.
on top of that, Mike McDaniel, honestly, bro, he could be the next Don. He looked like he could play the part. He got the shades. He looked cool. So why not get your own quarterback? Go get your own more.
You talking about Jimmy G, the wannabe game manager?
Why not?
Dude, Jimmy G is not that. I don't think he's that great.
He did well. Didn't he just take them kind of really to the divisional, all that good stuff with the championship?
Yeah, but you also know that you're getting damaged goods now because Jimmy G just had surgery, and that's part of the reason why he hasn't been traded yet.
But not only that is you just saw him come up so short in that loss too. It was such a bad.
He was crying.
It's not just that, but like you saw him just not be able to get it done when it mattered, bro. That's the thing. Like that's the bad taste in your mouth.
It wasn't even Jimmy's fault. It was the defense. Literally, it literally was Jimmy Ward and that other dude. I forget that defensive back. They just allowed
he
coverage
missed that
in the fourth.
interception. I hear you.
He even dropped that interception, bro.
We're not trading for Jimmy G. We're trying to win the Super Bowl. We're not here patty cake
and that's what I'm saying, bro. That's
nonsense.
What I'm trying to say.
We're trying to go to the Super Bowl.
Jimmy G. What good is he going to do in a Dolphin uniform?
Listen,
he looked good in Dolphin uniform.
Teddy Bridgewater's in a more. I'm more about leaning on him than Jimmy G around here. Yeah. That's just personally.
Jimmy G gonna want to be a starter.
I think.
I think Tua's ceiling is way higher than him. Way higher.
Yeah, I think Jimmy G should stay in San Fran and live with all those porn stars he's seeing anyway.
Fuck yeah, I think Jimmy wants to stay there. That's for damn sure.
Jimmy porn star, yeah.
Maybe he'd figure a way to back up over in LA. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be surprised if he has a new business venture with some of them too.
He hit up Leonard Worlds, you feel?
I think Trey Lance will be fine. He's more athletic than Jimmy G. He'll be okay. 49ers will be okay.
With a healthy run game.
I actually think he's the best quarterback in that draft, to be honest with you.
Yep.
I thought his ceiling was the highest. I thought that when I looked at him.
Yeah. 27 to 1 interceptions, that's real good, man. Yeah. That's a good ratio.
I just liked how I don't know, he just seemed like one of those sneaky picks that you look back and like, damn, how did everyone like Patrick Mahomes in some ways, you know, it's just weird how some of those happen.
Because you know Mitch Trubisky was supposed to be better than Patrick Mahomes. How did that work out?
Yeah, I don't know. I think we might see some good shit out of him in the black and gold.
Are going to be decent.
I think they're going to be. Well, I know they're going to be.
Yeah, that's because they got a good head coach. That's why.
Well, they're going to run.
They're going to have a good coach, but I don't think it's time. I don't think Mitch is that guy.
What do you guys think about the Raiders and Devontae Adams?
I can't ever wrap my head around the Raiders. Honestly, they're always. They're kind of like us. They're kind of like
in a way,
us in the unpredictable.
It's kind of like us in a way. They're unpredictable.
I don't think Carr gets it done.
And yet I've seen Carr ball the fuck out sometimes. Bro.
Yeah.
Sometimes he gets 400-yard games.
You know what it reminds me of though, for real, as far as trajectory, career, everything. It's like Phillip Rivers. Thank you, Brian.
Exact carbon copy of Phillip.
It's Phillip Rivers, dude. You got like this amazing talent, Antonio Gates and shit, and LT, all this stuff, and you put up all these.
That's gonna be Justin Herbert.
That's gonna be Justin Herbert. Yeah, that's his trajectory. Yeah,
Maybe
in the way,
No.
in the way, it's kind of like Herbert's trajectory.
I don't
Let me
know.
ask, did
chill.
Waller
Justin
get
Herbert's
his bag yet or
That
no?
don't
Or
mean
is
he's
he
not gonna be
on
elite.
Carr always had those really bad interceptions that were like a really bad brain fart. Every game it seemed like.
Yeah, he doesn't really do him so
Well,
much now unless he's trying to win you the
now he
game.
does. Yeah.
Yeah, when he's trying to win you. But remember, what's he like going on his 8th year now or something like that?
Yeah.
He's been
Yeah.
around for a little bit. So
Did
If it wasn't for your general manager, he could have been a Dolphin.
that's
Darren
Once
Waller
again,
get the bag yet from the Raiders?
fucking Jeff Ireland fucked that one up
Not
big
yet?
time.
Is that
Bro.
what you said?
Not
your
yet.
your favorite owner, Chris, he was Jeff Ireland. He screwed us up again.
Don't we have some kind of connection with someone that worked with Darren Waller before?
I hate Jeff Allen. What he did to Vontae Davis. That was just violation on live TV. Come on now.
Yeah, dude, that was dirty as fuck, bro.
When
Why
I saw-
would you put him on the spot like that, man?
Dude, he
Like,
even
that's
said,
just
"Let me
dirty.
get to my grandma, bro." And you did, and the man was disrespectful. Ireland's like,
It's
"Nah."
such
you
a
didn't even
fucking dirty
acknowledge it.
move, bro. I didn't like it either. I was like, dude, that's dirty as fuck. They're like, everyone's like, oh, it's funny once she's grim. I'm like, dude, that's a
Yeah.
dirty ass move, bro.
And
Like,
Vontae was nice. So what he did
I
was
love Vontae, and guess what? He went on, did good things
Pro
in the
Bowl.
NFL till he quit like a quitter. That was fucking.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, no, that was
That
questionable.
was weird, but he was a damn good football player.
Yes, Des Bryant. If his mother was a prostitute, that's rude.
No way.
That's what he asked Jeff Ireland. Asked Des Bryant, "Is your mother a prostitute?" I would have
Wow.
Jeff Ireland. That's racist too.
I would have asked
Yeah,
him.
that's
"Hey, can I
ridiculous
talk
to
to you
say that
outside,
about
Mr.
him.
Ireland?
Ask him
There's
that
something going
question.
on."
That's what he did.
Wow.
See, they're funny in the office, but
He
like
should have
honestly,
been
if I
fired
was
on
one
the
of them,
spot.
no.
I think wasn't there a reason to ask for it though? Not like that his mom is a prostitute, but isn't there like a science behind the questions they ask to see how they handle like pressure or different things like that?
Could be, but that question, there's a lot of ways to get somebody's
Yeah.
psyche.
You don't bring someone's family into it.
Yeah, I guess that might be a little bit too harsh, but I know like
He could have asked him, was he an escort?
Shit,
I
LeBron's
guess.
mom was an escort to Delonte West. So
Right.
Even beyond all that, just having the cameras in there to do that was
Right.
such a bad look. Think about that. You're a player. Dolphins want to sign you. You're like, well, if they're going to cut me, are they going to, they're willing to hang one of their own out to dry on TV. That's never perceived.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
no, we had some bad coaches and some bad GMs.
Well, it
What-
became
hey,
a place
Crypto.
for dysfunction. Go ahead, Nick.
Oh, like you were saying, we could have had Carr and stuff.
Yeah, we could.
That's true, but we still would have fucked it up anyway because they probably wouldn't have built the O-line. They wouldn't have built, you know what I mean?
Do you remember the greatest draft pick in Dolphins history, trading up to get the greatest player of all time, Deion Jordan? I remember that day.
Exactly.
Oh, man. What a
It was,
bum.
it was amazing.
But
I was
we
like,
were
I was
all
like,
happy.
who is this
You got
guy?
to admit it. We were happy when Ireland did that.
That was the most terrible.
I was happy when we moved
moment of my
up. I
entire
was
life.
screaming.
Wait,
When we
you
got
guys
Deion
forgot
Jordan.
about Devontae Parker, a wide receiver 1, and then people was trying to sell me the idea he's a wide receiver for this team.
For the Patriots?
He's like wide receiver 29.
He got
And they
for the
drafted him to
Patriots,
be
they got
first
Kendrick
overall.
Bourne.
And I'm
Right.
arguing with people about Preston Williams. And I'm like, Preston Williams only had like 2 years, and Devontae Parker had 7 years and only won 1,000 yards. Let's cut it out.
I mean, if Preston stays healthy, bro, you know how nice he could be, bro. For real,
No.
for real, bro.
See, right there, Iceman.
Right.
When we talk about that kind of stuff, like if Preston could stay healthy, if this, if that, it's just, and listen, Brian, the same way you're like, go get Deebo no matter what. That kind of attitude is how I still feel with Tua too. Now, I want to see Tua with everything I'm talking about.
Oh, hell
But
yeah.
if we sit here at the end of next year with all this shit and maybe more, and Tua's not the guy, we'll unanimously know, all right, we gotta do other shit. We need championships. No more fucking about around here.
It'll be sad too, but yeah.
It would be sad, of course, especially because that those 2 first rounders or whatever you might have to do.
But the chance of that happening just dropped dramatically.
Oh hell yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, the chance of what we're going to see from our quarterback with this weaponry absolutely drops dramatically. That's why, to me, if we're sitting, at the end of in the off season next year, we'll all definitively know how this team will continue with or without this quarterback. You know what I'm saying? That's all I say.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
We'll know for certain if our future has Tua in it or not. I don't think there'll be too much to argue because of what we're willing to do to try to make it be so now.
But Chris, honestly, I really don't even care. I want to go to the Super Bowl this year. I don't care if it's Tua, in spite of Tua, out Tua. I don't care about none of that. We need to go to the Super Bowl.
Either. I don't care if it takes some games with Teddy and Tua and win. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit if in the Super Bowl themselves they split every snap. I don't give a fuck how it's done.
Even if
I just want
it's 10-9, I'm straight with it. 10-9, we winning. I'm straight with it.
Brian, is Super Bowl or undefeated or bust?
I love it, Crypto, because that's all I hear. That's all I want to hear.
Mm-hmm. And that's my point. That's the type of winning talk we got around here. Not, hey, if Devontae Parker could stay healthy. That shit's off the fucking reservation. We don't do that no more, bro.
But my argument about Preston Williams, I'd rather take a chance with Preston Williams, at least give him one more year instead of Devontae Parker, where we already know his ceiling.
Oh, no doubt. 1,000,000,000% on that. You'll get no argument from anyone. I think. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the issue with that is that if you're gonna even think about the idea of possibly trading Christian Wilkins, this is the year that you have to do that to maximize your trade value. Otherwise, if you wait till next year, you have a chance that he could get hurt, and let's say he doesn't perform as well as he did this year, you're not going to get as much back for him. The biggest issue is how well he did last season. That was our biggest issue.
How do we get the money back?
How do we get the money? But what do you mean? How do you get the money back?
The draft capital. The draft capital.
Yeah.
Your draft capital. Well, what I'm saying is, like, for example, let's say, I know there's teams out there that would love to trade for him. Actually, have called. I know that for a fact.
Give him to the Browns. Why not? He's friends with Deshaun.
Yeah, you have to entertain their offers like Greer did with Parker.
Where's Baker going? I want to know where Baker is going.
Baker's going nowhere.
Baker stays. He's a
I just read some that they are saying
Baker's a lifetime Dolphin.
He is the heart. Like, honestly, he is the leader of that.
Baker Mayfield.
Yes. Oh, Baker Mayfield.
We got to consult with Pete's gas station attendant on that one.
Mayfield, supposedly a lot of teams have called the Browns about Baker Mayfield. The problem is,
but he's given up enough.
No, it's not that. It's that they want.
You need to consult with Pete's gas station attendant about BakerMayfield.
No, the Browns,
Seattle.
The Browns are nasty, bro.
No,
what they're doing to Baker,
you're saying it's a salary issue.
No, they're literally holding on to Baker too. You know why they're
Tell us the status of Baker Mayfield, Pete. Get up here.
Yeah.
You do know why they're still holding on to him and they haven't traded for him, right? Because all those still allegations, they still waiting until Deshaun's shit clears up, and then after that, they know they want to make sure. Okay, let's trade him.
Baker,
that's how messed up that is.
Games
they got Tony Briscoe.
Because if Deshaun gets suspended, because if he gets suspended for a couple games, they'll keep Baker and make him play. That's how messed up the Browns will be.
That's sick.
Browns.
Hey, bold prediction: Deshaun Watson gets suspended for a year.
That's what I'm saying, and then Baker has to play throughout that year. And he doesn't.
You want to know why it's a possibility, Crypto?
They haven't traded him.
And I've made this argument before, and I can actually have numbers to prove it. What he did, regardless if he did it or not, regardless if he's innocent or not, it's a black eye with women and the NFL. And 85%.
Care about that?
Hold on a second. 85%. Of the consumer industry, all consumers, it's been proven that it's been decided by a woman, and that equates to messing with owners and the league's money. And we've already said that you mess with money, the hand of God comes down on you when it comes to the NFL.
Ali, I gotta disagree with you wholeheartedly, bro.
They
I gotta say honestly, man.
There's nothing stopping them from
All I'm
doing it
saying,
now.
all I'm saying is
Want
it
to
could be
see
more than 6
everything
games.
change?
That's
You
all I'm
put that guy on the field for one game, and he does his thing in any way. That shit'll go out the window in 2 weeks, bro. I'm telling you, it's so much shorter lived than people realize because everything moves so fast. Now it'd be different if you're seeing him dragged up in court and on TV, and he's wearing a tie, and like, okay, if he was Johnny Depp right now, good or bad, it would just be perceived worse than it is. If it stays as mum the word right now, whenever he walks on the field, you'll soon forget like everyone else, and it'll be handled in a way, and they'll figure it out, and it'll dissipate.
It's funny that that Deshaun Watson, we all know that he's that disgusting. But guess what, though? We kind of forget about one thing again about history. The NFL loves its history. Check this out. Before the NFL was called the NFL, we all knew the Browns actually had 6 Super Bowl rings, but they didn't call it Super Bowls at that time.
No.
Check this out. A long time ago, Deshaun Watson even said it. I want 6 rings. Call me the Michael Jordan of football. Then his coach in Clemson goes and says, hey, he's going to be Michael Jordan of the NFL. You better watch it. So then he goes to Houston. Houston's like, we see you're nasty, but honestly, you got this. Peace out. Browns are like, yo, we're going to get 6 rings. We've been waiting for this. We had Bill Belichick. He lied to us. He went out, dipped to the Jets, then went to the Patriots. It's our time now. And honestly, when I look at the Browns, they're disgusting. They are absolutely disgusting. Running backs, they got depth. Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb. They got David Njoku at tight end. They got Amari Cooper. And we do know Jarvis and Odell going to slide back right there. And they ain't going to stop. I
said it before the Deshaun Watson talks were done amongst the Dolphins. And I said, Deshaun plays 10-plus games next year. Look out, because he's in the playoffs. And God help who stands in his way come in the playoffs. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what team it is.
Forget all about what he did.
I'm being real, bro. That's the way you turn around to be a gajillionaire.
Well, Ben Roethlisberger won a Super Bowl after his accusations.
And the Browns are the most loyalist. Besides the Dolphin fan base, they do have one of the most loyalist fan bases in the world.
They have a large fan base.
And listen, and I don't want to get political about this in any way. I just will say it and interpret it any way you want. When they're letting someone into power status with money, there's a vigorous checkoff list to make sure you're allowed to not only have that money, but to have the power that comes with it. So understand, this is a young man that will have hundreds of millions of dollars. That's why he went through the check. That's it. That's all I'll say. I don't need shut my channel down. I'll say no fucking more.
He really does remind me of a Michael Jordan, LeBron James, like a man that can just take it over.
Chris, I love I love, the positiveness. But when you said that you don't care what team it is, we still got the Dolphins here. I mean, he still has to face the Dolphins, so maybe we'll beat them in the AFC Championship.
That's what I'm saying. The Dolphins,
that would be
I'm chilling with that.
Them in the AFC Championship against the Browns.
The Browns Dolphins Championship.
And there you go. You just said a beautiful highlight. Tua versus Deshaun Watson all the time, and they're going to talk about.
I got goosebumps right now thinking about it, bro. Could you
highest rated
imagine
game in professional sports history, right?
And they're
there.
going to say on the television. They're going to say on the television, do you remember when they wanted to trade to Deshaun and Tua and all that? And now look at this. Tua's going against Deshaun in the championship.
Just a matchup in the playoffs, but winner take all to the Super Bowl.
Take all
and honestly, I'm chilling with it. Let the Browns be the Colts. Let the Dolphins be the Patriots. We'll see y'all every year for the next 10 to 20 years.
What are we forgetting about Patrick Mahomes all of a sudden, guys? Let's remember the AFC is stacked, bro. It's going to be...
I'm going to go with...
They get to rotate.
No, I'm going with what Tyreek Hill said. He did say the man's trash, and I said, "Ooh, okay, Tyreek." He did try my man Patrick.
But the Browns do have a more offense too. I mean, they got a run game, and then they got Amari Cooper, and
they definitely got a running.
That's what I'm saying. The Browns are
so they kind of got
Browns have balance.
They don't have Landry right now.
But they have Jadeveon Clowney and Myles Garrett. If you want to feel the
pressure, about Clowney.
Denzel Ward.
Denzel Ward.
They just drafted
Oh,
that
Greg
other
Newsome.
guy,
My bad, Greg Newsome.
that linebacker, and that lineman.
Miles Jack with the Steelers. You talking about
Yeah.
Joe Sherbert? My bad.
Yeah, they're stacked.
Pro Bowl
They're
Joe.
pretty stacked. That's what I said. I wouldn't surprise. They were literally a quarterback away. Literally.
They are.
Denver
And
is
now
stacked.
and they were in the divisional round. So come on now.
And
Denver
Baker
is very
Mayfield,
stacked.
Baker
Right.
Mayfield's
They were literally a quarterback
Baker
away.
Mayfield couldn't have picked the worst year to not produce. And,
Yeah, picked
you
a
know,
bad
take his
time
team
not to
into
produce.
to get injured, to not produce, to just play like he did, because
Those endorsement deals. Huh?
yeah,
It messed them up.
it's kind of
Messed
like
them up, yeah.
kind of like when you're a fighter, you know, you get the championship belt. It's one thing going up there and
Yeah.
getting it. It's another thing keeping it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's hard. It's hard. That's why I like the competitor that Aaron Rodgers is. He's always out for more. But they were talking, you know, about him losing Adams, and now Aaron Rodgers is getting a little sour about the team not being able to do anything, and he's being Aaron
Jordan
Rodgers.
Love is coming for his job.
I don't want to hear Aaron Rodgers say shit, dude. You wanted more money, you got more money. Shut the fuck up, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, bro. Like, I get it that
Aaron
they're not
Rodgers
building
was
around.
being a crybaby.
He's a crybaby, bro.
What are
You
the
talking about
Packers
Aaron
gonna do?
Rodgers that choke in the playoffs?
Yeah, he's a crybaby at this moment.
I don't think he's so much of a choker, but go ahead. What'd you say, Ali?
I was asking, what are the Packers even going to do this year? I mean, honest to God, they
They're
have
gonna draft
nobody.
3 wide receivers. That's what they're
Nah,
gonna
you
do.
can't underestimate Aaron.
They could do
You
that.
can't underestimate him.
They really hit the reset button. They're gonna draft.
As long as you got a quarterback.
No, Crypto, they may not draft a wide receiver, because when we thought they was going to draft a wide receiver in one of those drafts, I think they drafted a defense guy. I think a
And then they
cornerback or
drafted a
something.
quarterback.
Nah, they gonna get a wide receiver.
This guy, they got no choice but to get a wide
They got
receiver
to.
now.
Yeah,
They
you're
got
right.
to.
You're right. They got Vontae Adams.
Let me ask
Right.
you guys a question. Do you guys believe that that rumor or suggestion that Flo wanted Love and not Herbert or Burrow?
I swear to God,
Yeah, I
if he
heard
did, oh
that.
my God.
Well, why would he want Love and they negotiated the trade rating pick to get Iganagami? That makes no sense.
Yeah,
They
I
said
don't.
That's a
Iganagami was
bust.
Flo's pick.
Yeah,
So that's
I don't.
contradictory.
Yeah, I don't think so. Well, it was
They
more along
wanted
the
to stay at
lines that
26 and pick them.
they wanted to go tackle early and quarterback late rather than quarterback early and tackle later. I could see how the math works, but I don't know. And listen, Jordan Love, I was high on him, but I think we all thought the same thing.
I was
Really,
high
it
on
was
him
kind of
too.
the same buy with Tua
Coming
that
out
you
of
knew the
Utah,
rookie
a big
year.
BYU.
You knew the rookie year was going to be a wash.
He
You know,
had
in that
trash
way.
receivers. I'm sorry, Cutler. Those receivers are trash, Cutler. I'm gonna have to call him out on that one. What's Cutler at? Get up here, Cutler. That receiver was trash.
I heard the person we wanted to draft in that trade that we did with Noah. I heard that it was Brandon Ayuk we were trying to go after.
But I hope Noah Iganagabi steps up, bro. That man got some talent, bro.
He does.
He really does. Jalen Waddle even said it years ago when he was in Alabama, bro. In the interview, he even said it. Like, he's so talented. He was tough to guard if you go look at the stats and everything. When Noah, covered Jalen in Alabama, Noah was all up on Jalen, bro. Even the highlights are there. So give him time, bro. He's a development player, bro. I'm telling you, he's nice.
We took him. He was young. We knew that it was going to be a work in progress,
He's
and
only
that's why.
22.
He's super young, bro. He's super young, and he's super talented, man. He's got the pedigree. He's got everything. I hope we get to see him out there because I'll tell you what, we don't see him this year. I don't know.
He's gonna have some good ass
Deuces, bro.
coaching.
He better be playing all preseason. I don't even want to see Xavier Howard put the ice bag on his knees and let him rest and put Noah out there.
He's got Sam Madison and Pat Surtain to coach him up.
That's right.
I forgot
Brian
about them.
Flores.
Yeah, that's the one thing I was
Verbally
thinking.
abused him. Took his confidence.
Telling
Took
you,
his
dude,
confidence.
McDaniel freaking built this coaching staff in way better than Flores did in a couple years. He did it in like a week.
Yeah, but you can't knock the defense, and that's why I even trust the pick even more. I mean, it was kind of a reach. It's just like an Austin Jackson. He's raw talent, but you do need that
Yeah.
coach.
Yeah,
Chris,
you have to.
Yeah.
Chris, do you believe that Flores mentally abused players? I do.
Flores?
I listen, I can tell you this. You can just tell, and everyone would agree, that looking at Flores, he's a very imposing kind of guy. And if he's, big dogging and walking around in an intimidating fashion, it's very easy with a lot of younger guys around him. Now, could he do it to like Zach Sealer? Probably not. But there's a reason why it was a very young team. And I'm sure, and the new type of athlete, they don't respond well to intimidation.
He tried. Oh no, go my bad.
It's shaky because I think it's just a methodology and some facets of it, but there was most certainly blow-ups that cost him his job.
And he tried being someone that he ain't, bro. Honestly, we all saw that. He was playing the role of Bill Belichick. He really tried a lot of being like that. And he wanted to be the guy. Like he said, look, I'm going to run the front office. You take the step back, Chris Greer. And Chris is like, no, man, I'm supposed to work with you. And we're supposed to discuss which one you want and I want. And then we make a discussion from there. It's not what you want. And that's it. And then he's like, that he tried doing what Bill did. That's what Bill did.
I think it was a trifecta for him. That it was number one, he overstepped in every way with how he treated his players, how he perceived his power over the general manager, and then even overstepped even more with insulting the owner. And
that did it. That just did it.
That's
right
it, bro. But that's probably all along. There's tons of people, they, say fuck everybody on the way out. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it goes. So I'm sure all of it is a story and there's two sides to it. But even before that, and this is what I try to do when I think about it, even before it, everyone could tell that Flores, if he wanted to be like, an imposing guy, he could. And if that's what was happening behind the scenes, which is what the reports are coming out about, that it was an unhealthy work environment in that way, that shit just don't cut it no more. It's bottom line.
Yeah. And who the hell in the right mind would you have a young offensive line, a young rookie quarterback, and then he has the bright idea to get an offensive line coach that had zero experience?
Well,
who does that?
In retrospect, Nick, we can see the writing. We can see the writing on the walls in that in some ways, because looking back, that's a lot of not only reach, but no one's around able to control him or him to listen to not do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's how out of control with the power he got. There is some good news in it, because I can say, hey, if it was meant to be a growth and learn and where we'll end up at the end of the year, we'll be better off for it. Sure. But I think there was so much movement. But again, guys, it was making the playoffs would have been an overachievement, to say the least. I don't think that's what did him in. All those tries, all that stuff, what did him in was those things. It was the explosion, threatening, yelling at your owner. You can't get away with shit like all this. That's what did him in.
You guys talking about Brian Flores, the senior defensive assistant and linebacker coach?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Where he
we're talking about your favorite coach of all time, Brian.
And Minka.
The
Minka
senior defensive
Fitzpatrick is with
assistant?
him. So
Yes.
that's the best part. The guy that traded Minka is now
We talk about the GOAT.
reunited, and it feels
And
so
honestly,
good.
I have moved on from this. I'm in a new path.
Yeah, I'm in a new stratosphere too, Brian. I don't even care.
I'm all about Super Bowl winning. I don't care about Brian
Yeah.
Flores. I really don't.
You know what? The
Yes.
only reason I got to
We'll
keep
talk
an eye
about
on
the
it
GOAT later.
is because there is litigation, and I gotta watch what's happening to our future draft picks. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna do the rundown real
Our
quick.
future draft picks they're gone, Chris.
Not if they're gone because I'm gonna spend them, guys. Everybody who's watching, Make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're coming back for Tonk 7 TMI Tuesdays, live at 9 with color commentary. Open mic 10 on Tuesdays with Mike on the mic. Thursday nights is late night color commentary. Every other night of the week, you can catch me, the Finn's Tailgate, Cash App, Venmo. Support the show. Fanatics, hit the link in the description. And everybody come and check out the gear also in the description. 15% off hats this week. Let's go ahead and what are we? Okay, so tomorrow, guys, Deebo Samuel
to Miami.
Well, yeah, all right, Brian.
Breaking news.
I wish.
He's already got his jersey.
Hold
I
on,
already
for
told
breaking.
you guys, go. I'm telling you, we're gonna have a party tomorrow. You might as well just start the stream up. You don't even gotta wait 30 minutes, Chris, to start the stream up. Just start it up right there. It's breaking news.
TFTG breaking news report. Well, you guys heard it here first. Brian just broke the news, and Deebo to Miami tomorrow.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what's going
Yes,
to come
sir.
down. So
There you go. We're ready to rock and roll. We got the barbecue chicken already slated.
Yes,
And that guy living under the rock saying that we're delusional. I hope you keep the same energy tomorrow.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
We are going to find out some answers from John Lynch because we are hearing from them tomorrow. So
it's the Lynch, huh?
Guys, I
How about
usually
that?
break down for an entire last thoughts, but I'm going to be on tomorrow, so we don't really need last thoughts. But I will say this. I'm going to drop everybody in the back real quick, guys. So thanks for everybody coming on. Just hang out in the back if you want. We'll holler backstage just a little bit if you guys hang out. But tomorrow, guys, make sure to catch me. I'll be on tomorrow, but tomorrow before I go on TFTG, I'll be on the same old Dolphins show with Josh and Aaron over there at Dolphins Talk. So make sure to come by and say hi to El Capitan. Show the guys some love. Hit the like button. Hit the like button here. Descriptions, links in the descriptions. Go check everything out. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow night. Fins up, everybody.